Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sparrows, brought to you here by Roll4 Chaos. Hope you're having a pleasant evening and ready for the festivities for tonight. I'm sure things are going to be brilliant, easy, not challenging, difficult, scary, dangerous at all. It'll just be fine. Robbie rolling, already throwing out overload reductions in the audience. 1 to Lefe, 1 to Clarion, 1 to Roll, and 1 to Amos. Thanks, Rob. So, we're going to go around the table tonight. We're back to the original 5 crew. And we are going to be sharing with everybody out there in the audience one of our favorite moments from this season. Now, for those of you that know, we're on our 24th episode. That means, depending on the events that occur, at any point in time, the season finale could conclude. So, for now, we'll just see where things go. First up tonight, we are going to have Gwen B. Your turn.
Lucky me. Hi, everybody. It's Gwen McSherry, usually over there in chat, but on Fridays, I get to be here playing B. Let's see. Favorite things that happened this season. There are far too many to pick just one, so I'm going to say pool table, Amos versus Lefe, and Red Iron talking to Benjamin.
Those are your favorites, picking the 3. Thank you
those
very
are the
much,
best.
by the way, Cam Steer. We appreciate it greatly. That is an ace to everybody in this party. Go ahead and grant an ace.
I'll take it.
Review. And next up, moving right along to Jackal and Amos.
You're not making it easy, Ty. Hey folks, I'm Jackal. I'm the person crazy enough to sit down and watch 3 different campaigns at once, condense them down to a 10-minute ramble, and occasionally get knocked out by my country cousin. I play Amos Descendi, the tank, the father, the maximum dad in maximum armor. Crisis reference aside, favorite part would probably be that little... Definitely not that scene where Amos was right about Sylvia and then proceeds to perform an impromptu knee replacement surgery.
Ripping out the leg.
And then just throws Red Iron into the brig, racing out of the other room, still bleeding, still cauterizing their wound. No, I'm not going to do that. It's not going to be... probably just going to be... Probably just going to be Finnegan getting stuffed in a barrel.
Finnegan
that
in
moment
the sardine
was just
barrel.
Pure chaos.
It was a good one.
We gotta survive.
We gotta survive. Yeah. All right.
We gotta take the fight to them.
Moving right along from here over to Nora and Clarion Bell.
Hello, I am your space mom, your medic, who happens to be a robot, and now the only repairer, the tinkerer on the ship, well, off the ship, which the Syl stole. You know, no problem, easy, we'll get it back. And my favorite part this season was the beginning of the meat cult that KM Steer and I have been chatting up.
The meat cult.
Yes, the moment when all of the sausages were summoned on Bezamiti Station was my favorite.
And the
like that was one hell of a chaos roll. I loved
the
it.
proceeding swimming through meat that B is capable of doing and collapsing on top of all those little bee drones.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Top moment for me.
All right, moving from there to Kai and Lefe.
What's up, gangstars? I'm Kai. I am also playing in the game Captain Lefe Ariane, the badass space ninja. The only ninja.
Space Ninja Prince.
Well, I think that's already stated. My family's known well and around. I'd already assumed by saying the name. My favorite scene... looking into the past, my favorite scene now is Civil Grand Lefe and the captain talking about him being like, yeah, you can be captain for a bit. And then she's like, no, Captain, you're the best captain. and now it seems like it was a very early thing to that. But other favorite, very recently, Cal Ronan showing up out of the blue, totally surprised immediately when Sin showed up. He was like, "Wait." I took like 2 minutes just to like sit here and oh my god, Sin's here.
Yep, when he showed up, that was a surprise. I tried to make it a surprise. We did for everybody there, so it was fun. Moving on from there to Benjamin and Roland.
Hey everybody, I'm Benjamin. You can find me on Twitter at ttbenjamin1. I'm the host and dungeon master of the Lawful Great Adventures podcast, Pathfinder First Edition podcast that's currently on hiatus. Check us out in January. I am this episode playing the Reverend Parson Roland St. James September, who just joined the crew 4 days ago and has already blown up a Leviathan. So that's super cool. I also used to play Red Iron. Spoilers. My favorite moment. Oh God. Jesus. So much. I mean, I think the peak experience was definitely Red Iron meeting me. That was one of the strangest role-playing experiences I've ever had in my life. That was very, very weird.
You're welcome.
Yeah. However, I was particularly moved by the Kai Cutlass relationship as it developed, and then culminated in the unfortunate death of the captain. That was pretty intense. Yeah, it's just been like a whole thing. Also, Zep did nothing wrong.
Zep did nothing wrong.
Hashtag Zep was framed.
Hashtag Zep did nothing wrong.
Hashtag Zep was framed. I would like some honorable mentions out there for when B continuously mind controlled a miner at the very beginning of the season over and over and over again, and then Clarion decided to use him as a blood bag for the captain, trying to, deal with that. Just nope, psychopaths all around. That's when I knew who this crew was. So So we had them do that while we had one person take the alien technology known for mind control and subjugation and just put it in the engine. And then, there was a lot of crazy there. So for you in the audience who don't know, tonight's episode comes on the backs of a crossover event that we started last week, where we happen to have a few of the Dreams cast show up here, get separated from Amos and Roland and Leifei, and try to find their way around, bumping into their old crew and separating out from there. There was a giant Sky Kraken fight where a beetle-like Roland punched a hole in its head and fell down after a massive explosion created by way too many bombs, and Nohu, who very luckily didn't end up blowing up the ship at that exact moment, because 180 damage would have taken you down to like 10 health on the ship, which means it's basically dust. Anyway, yeah. Airship damage is not the same as people. If you're down to 1 hit point yourself, you're just about to die. If an airship's at 1 health, it has like 1 plank attached to the engine. That's like it. So, anyway. Rant concluded. We now return to our game as it is ongoing. So I'm going to go ahead and change over our screen here so that you have some more room to view the events and the festivities about to begin. And we have a map to share with everyone here, of course, where we happen to find ourselves with everyone. Donnie standing in front of both of the ladies here, B and Clarion, heading away. I need all of you to roll initiative so we see where the scenes start happening for everyone, please. So, we have 17 from Dead Iron. We have 12 from Amos.
Sorry, I thought it didn't go through. You could use the first one.
14 from B. Clarion with an 8. 8's not great. Leifei with a 23. And Roland St. James, can you give us your role, please? Gonna have to get used to juggling 2 different screens. We had to do that last week as well. With a 10! Alright. So the first one up is going to be Leifei. So Leifei, we've got you inside of this room. You can see an entity that vastly resembles your old friend Red, only more metallic than before, glowing with an eminence that isn't quite copacetic, and glowing red eyes kind of sunk into its head, with two very large, very bladed third arms, two of them, maybe like another arm and another arm, who knows. So when faced with this entity that is now standing and blocking before you, what do you say?
He squints, looking forward. He looks between the two hands in that red iron for a moment and just raises his voice. Red iron? Is that you? Hey, Amos! And he slaps him on the side. Amos! I think that's red iron. Hey, red iron! How'd you make it out of the explosion? We had a whole thing for you!
Sir?
Red, how do you respond?
I am afraid, Leifei, that I did not survive reincorporation. However, Sylvia and I were able to escape, and she has remade me.
Oh, I knew she had good in her. Wait, how'd you make it out of everything? Oh, it doesn't matter. Come on. And he's gonna come in to hug him.
So Leifei approaches. Go ahead and give me your movement so you can move up to him.
I think he moves 6 or 7.
7, I believe. Yeah, you have moved 7. So if you want to use both actions, you can get up in close proximity.
I'm just walking up. He's not running at him.
So Leifei just starts sauntering towards Red Iron. That is Leifei's turn for the moment. Red, is now your turn, Red Iron. What do you do?
Red Iron gives Leifei a hug, pulls him in very closely. I am glad that you have come in the spirit of reconciliation. The last time we saw each other, I was not well. I was not whole. I was awash, lost in a sea of sounds. The symphony of cog and spring. The music that I heard I could not share with you. And it made me suffer, but it was not the music that did this to me. I did it to me. Do you understand?
I think we'll have to do it over a pool game. I didn't catch the start of that with the headphones. You took them off halfway through. But I think I do. You're pretty big now, man.
Yes. I've been made well. I am no longer distant from you. I can see as you can see, hear as you can hear. Where I was deaf in the cacophony of sounds, now I have clarity. Where I was blind in a sea of machines, now I understand. And I wanted to say, Leifei, that I forgive you. I forgive you for not understanding me. Because how could you? And I wanted to beg your forgiveness for insisting that I replace my reality with yours.
What?
Are you listening, Leifei?
Yeah.
Even now, you don't think that you can hear me?
I'm having a hard time this time, mate.
Oh, what is wrong?
I don't know. It's just... Hey, Roland.
I'm afraid I don't have an answer for whatever this is, so.
Oh, no.
So, that would be the interaction to start with Red Iron. So we shall now move right along, and I think I've messed up some of our audio. Just a moment. There we go. So when it comes to next events, we'll see who's next on list. It's going to be Donnie and B and Clarion roughly at the same time. So we're aware of that. Let me make sure we've got this in place. We do. Okay. So you have all, at this point, we'll clarify where you're at, what has occurred. You had seen Clay, and you had seen Anna, excuse me. You saw Clay and Kiara, and you saw Nohu travel off with these friends of theirs. After traveling with them for some time and getting some aid from them and whatnot, they all bid you a fond farewell, told you to be safe, and Nova had run over before you left and gave B a hug and said take care and slipped something into B's pocket. And then Donnie bid them farewell, agreed to contact Cal, and started walking down the hall. As he is walking down the hall, you see him like tapping the side of his head and a little red light blinking on some of his equipment. You can tell that he's sending out some sort of message. Clarion, you can see it's happening, basically. There's a radio frequency that he's contacting the Admiral. So as he is walking in front of you all, he just turns back. All right, so we're going to need to find the friends. I don't really like what's going on with this place. We've already dealt with some of these robotic things. I guess I can take a more front and center part in this, since before I was being a little more standoffish, just to review you. I mean, I really took that to heart when you said I should go and review you, of course, because I'm very literal that way.
That was kind of
Naturally.
you.
Yes. But, you could use some help in dealing with the sill. We've been there before. We've done that. Not a good place to be, and now we're having to deal with it once more. So let's just stick together real close, and we'll get through this, all right?
We will, and we'll remember rule number 1. See a sill, slay a sill.
Damn right.
Indeed.
He slams his hammer down on his hand, and then proceeds to start marching forward. So he basically just indicates follow him. You hear him go down the hall, and you can see some of the lights glowing off of his stuff. It is a bit dark in here. I don't think either one of you can see in the dark, although Clarion does have some lighting techniques. None of them are currently active. But Donnie rushes forward, and then you see a hammer light up in the darkness, and he just yells out, "See a sill, slay a sill!" Come here, Donnie. Thank you. There we are. And he swings. I have the weird voice on the whole time. Attack goes out as he gets a nat 20 on his first roll, and does critical damage.
Good job, Donnie.
Smashing this thing for 42 points of damage. He shatters it against the wall in one swing.
Slayed.
That was quite effective. Could I take a look at your hammer when this is over?
Oh, you want to take a look at Aldevard? Sure.
Not now. We have more important things to do. But
Well,
should we survive?
Like slaying more
of
sills.
course.
Precisely.
So, yeah, you keep on up, let's go. And that's Donnie's action. B, you are up next.
She's going to stick close to Donnie without actually being in the way of his swing, and prepare wind blades for the next sill they see.
All right, are you able to see the map and move your character appropriately?
I am not able to see anything on the map except for a very narrow area with closed on it.
Where are you? Can you zoom out, like
yeah.
middle mouse button out, and see if you can see yourself there? Try to zoom out.
Okay.
You're in a dark area, so it's going to be harder to see in here. There you go. Excellent. You move down the hallway, you get closer to Donnie. You're waiting there, and you prepare a wind blade. Zap off to your side. It's just like, careful. There are many more of these things in the hallways. and more awakening as we wait.
Sep, I hate to say it, but we may have to go all lightning on them like you did to Sylvia.
Most certainly. Although, Sylvia does learn from her mistakes, and it is possible that she may have reinforced these individuals.
Then I guess we'll just have to find a different element.
Wing it, I suppose.
It's what we're good at.
Indeed. So we now move on in turn order, and something comes moving through the darkness. Popping out around the corner, you see a robotic Syl figure turn and have this blade pop out of its arm and immediately tries to sink it into Donnie's chest. Attack comes out. Donnie swings a shield up in place to parry and blocks it pretty easily. Another strike comes down. Ting, ting. And another shield block. Wrong one. Oh, critical failure this time. Donnie uses an ace. And blocks instead. Getting a 25. And parrying that blow. Ching. And it is Amos's turn. Amos, you're inside of this room. You see Red Iron returned mysteriously to life. What do you do?
Amos lowers their shotgun, lets it hang from a sling, draws their sidearm, and goes, "Sir, I don't think this is a good idea. Leifei, you need to back up right now. Something is not right here."
Red, how do you respond to Amos's fear?
Amos, do not be afraid.
Have you
Don't
met
you-
me?
Don't you understand what's happened here? I am whole again.
Are you?
Yes.
Were you ever?
Yes, a long, long time ago. When I went by the name Ishlud, the name that my clutch gave me. Then I was whole. And now I feel like that again. Like part of something. Like I can hear myself think. Imagine, Amos, if you will. If you could care for your clutch. Without the burden of your trauma. Without all of the pain of everything that you've seen and done. Boring a hole in your mind. What if we could fill that in and seal it away forever? Think, Amos.
That I wouldn't be the protector I am today. I accept my mistakes. The bodies I carried. God damn it, Benjamin. Could I ask you one more time? Let go of the captain.
Are you calling everyone captain now? Did that rub off, or?
A lot has changed. And I'm not quite sure you're the Lesren I knew.
I am not a Lesren. Not anymore. I am better. Something else. Something higher. But if releasing Leifei will bid you put your sidearm down. And Red Iron puts his arms out and takes a step back, and then the two other arms kind of go limp a little bit at the sides. There. Is that better?
We had been hugging for a little bit there.
It got awkward, I agree.
It's a bit of a long hug.
I really want to believe it's you. But in here, of all places, something doesn't add up.
Are you like Clarion now?
No, I'm Lesren.
Not you. He's talking to Red.
I suppose I am also something better than Clarion. Something higher, more connected.
What do you mean by that?
Have
Is
you
this because
ever...
of Sylvia?
How do you think that I'm still alive, Leifei?
Sir, Ishlud is Syl. That's it, isn't it? That's what filled in the trauma is.
As we see them contemplating what this is, all staring each other down, the turn ends, and we go on to the next person. Roland, what the hell are you thinking as you're standing here?
I mean, Roland has a pretty clear sense of what the path is, but clearly this whole thing needs to untangle itself before we can get down to the inevitable. So Roland is going to spend some time catching his breath because he just fell through a Leviathan, and getting a feel for the room.
Give me an aware roll as you're standing there. 5 isn't gonna do it. Do you want to keep a 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
So with a 5, you're feeling exhaustion, unlike any you've had in a very long time. I mean, last time you felt like this, a building had fallen on you during the whole, civilians uprising onto the city. And unfortunately, that had not been great. Rolly, you got a 1d8 plus 1 heal coming your way, by the way.
Thank you, Sanctum Cosplays. Welcome to welcome to the path. There we go. That's my gamer.
Welcome to the
sign-off.
path.
Welcome to the path.
You gained 2 health. 2 health back.
I will frickin' take it. I am like Roland is messed up.
So as you're standing there and you're kind of breathing heavily, you see there's a bunch of mechanical objects in the room. Some of them emitting light, a bunch of shining and clicking lights. You can feel the path here somewhere, but you can't see it. You can't witness where it is or where it's supposed to be leading you right now. You're too confused. You're too tired. And you gain another D8 heal from Annika and a +1 to Red Iron's next roll. So 7 health to Roland. So you're still waiting? And hey gamers, welcome to the path is perfect.
Hey gamers, welcome to the red zone. It's your boy Red Iron. Today we're going to
New merch.
So Roland is waiting at the moment. We move
Yeah,
over
Roland's gonna bide his time.
move over to Clarion. So Clarion, you're in the darkness. You still have some injuries. If you remember, you were hit by a car. So unfortunately, you're still a bit banged
No,
up.
I remember that.
So what are you doing right now?
I think at this point, I don't think she would stop and repair herself unless everybody else agreed that there was time to stop. So I think she's going to shoot the sill that's she's going to activate her headlamps that are in her eyes, and then shoot the sill that is in Donnie's way.
So apparently you had a little bit of time to get some repairs done as you have taken 9 health back from another audience.
Thank you,
yell.
Sanctum Cosplays. You're the best.
And go ahead and give me your attack roll as you shoot down this corridor. Now Donnie is large and is blocking a lot of this. It is going to be a difficult shot. If you get too low, you might hit him.
Okay, noted.
So give me your attack. Your opponent gets a 17 to avoid your attack. Oh, that was so close to a nat 20. It tipped over at the last second. That is a 7. Okay, here comes an ace. Same roll. Ah!
What is... No, I
It rolled in a
refuse.
different direction. So, okay, another ace. 12. 12 does not beat a 17, unfortunately. Your shot goes wide.
Okay,
That
fine.
is low enough that give me a higher low to see if you're pegging Donnie in the back. There's an ace provided to Clarion by
if we're
Agilmac.
pegging Donnie, I'm going low.
You don't want to peg Donnie. Gotcha. Going low. Yeah, you're going to hit him unless you use that ace provided by Strat in the
Okay,
audience.
I will use it.
All right, here comes an ace roll. That time, you successfully hit the sill. Give me a damage roll, please. Kerplow. And 6. Not great, but okay. 6 points of damage come out, and you see the thing's arm kind of spark a little bit. You have one
Better than
standard
shooting
action.
Donnie in the
remaining.
low bits.
Right in the butt. So, Clarion, what is your second action going to be used for?
Well, I'm assuming that turning on her eye lamps is
Eye
free,
lamps
basically.
activated. And suddenly there's a lot brighter light following Clarion around.
Sweet. Advance and check down the other corridor.
So you'll look here. There's a bit of a collapsed tunnel on either side. There's some bits of rubble around you. You can kind of see over some of the lower walls, through the cracks and things like that. But you don't see any other targets right now. Behind you, in the distance, where you just left from, you do start hearing gunfire, blasting cannons, minor explosions, that kind of thing happening. And that
Okay.
would be Clarion's turn. So we move back to Leifei. Still in the room with Red Iron. Leifei, how do you react to this after being told basically that that Red Iron is probably Syl?
He's a bit more influenced by what he just said. Red, you're sounding a bit like, like an elf.
Oh, how do you mean?
You know, evil.
I am under no direct influence from Alberian Cervantes, if that's what you're concerned about. We are free from him.
As a matter of fact, Red, you know that he is currently damaged and in retreat.
I am of my own will, Leifei. Why are you worried about me?
Oh, I'm just worried because last time I was around so many elves, people that were talking like that, they stabbed themselves in the back.
What if I could free you from all of that? Imagine the good that you could do if you were broken from your bloodline, if you were not subject to the fire in your veins. Have you ever had a best friend, Leifei? Someone close to you, dear, like you could feel their thoughts.
Yeah.
What if the whole world was like that?
Red, you have information Leifei is not privy to. Recorded details that Syl have, related to an old friend and the way that the people of this world, of these worlds, treat each other. If you would like to share that with him, you can send it.
Can you send it to me first?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, get it. So I don't get to know what the package is. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Are you listening now, Leifei?
Yeah. And I'm a bit worried.
Don't worry. I will show you. And then Red reaches out with a thumb and a finger and just tries to touch Leifei's head.
Do you allow him to? He's not doing it aggressively.
I trust you.
As the fingertips touch your temple and the side of your head, there's a slight pain for a second as something seems to move into your mind. The world is whisked away just a little bit. And then you start having this moment of clarity, like a waking dream. You're standing there, you can see Red holding your temple, holding your cheek, and yet you can see a different place. Sinking within your mind, you begin to hear this soft whisper of mechanical voices all around you, and they drown out your own thoughts for a moment before you can force them from your mind. Of course, you see an old path, a very familiar one, the path at your monastery. that led to the crystal clear pool of water nearby, a pond down the hill. You traveled there quite often, you, Wet Eye, Blondie, other members of the monastery, often to gather this water and to gather some of the roots nearby. It was something that was a favorite dessert of yours, this sweet black root. But at this point in time, we see from a perspective of someone else watching, Wet Eye walking down the path, moving to the pond. Sitting at the edge of it briefly, puts a basket in, collects water, and then picks that up, begins searching for those sweet roots again. Recognizing that he wished to have tea with you this evening, looks like he's collecting them for you and him. Snack often favored by him and you, Leifei, in the quiet evenings. Looking up, he hears something nearby, and squinting his eyes, heads over the hill to see what it is. The vision follows him. Whatever this thing is, it seems to be flying or floating nearby, watching the individuals of this world. Nothing more than a passive observer. As it flies over the hillside, watching Wet Eye sneaking through the brush, getting down very low, trying his best to not be noticed because it's odd that someone would be talking out here. Peeking up and out of the brush, we see a blonde Skixen. Blondie, your master, is talking to a few hooded figures. Something very briefly is mumbled, something about Leifei, and the observer is unable to hear exactly what was stated in that moment. But we do notice Wet Eye attempting to hear more, moving forward slightly, and he cracks a branch underfoot. The two hooded figures immediately draw blades, and Blondie puts his hand up. And we overhear, "Master, why are you here? Why are they telling you to keep Leifei at the monastery?" Blondie turns, arms inside of his sleeves, in the kimono, walking towards Wet Eye. You see a deep sadness set in his eyes. "It is for the best, and I am sorry you had to discover this. I have enjoyed our time together." As Wet Eye looks at him confused, there's a very brief flash of motion, and Wet Eye crumples to the ground lifeless, Blondie turning his quick strike from his palm, the palm of his hand back, and turning to face the two elves standing in the clearing. "I am sorry for the intrusion. I shall see that your secret is safe. Leifei will never leave the monastery, and I will retain him peacefully." The two hooded figures nod, produce the words, "Zekres tel Inaya," before disappearing into the nearby marsh. Blondie sighs, looking over to the fallen student. "I am sorry it had to end this way," before the scene fades to black. Leifei, the realization that your own master killed your best friend in an attempt to keep a secret from you is revealed by a passive observer, still technology that's been watching people in Myocenes.
What was that? How'd you show me that?
It's just the truth, Leifei. It is as real as I am. Imagine a world unburdened from death and betrayal like this. A place without pain. Look at me, Leifei. Do you think I am still in pain?
No, you don't look in pain, but... I don't know what to think right now.
I know. It was hard for me at first, too.
He looks back towards Roland.
Roland's like got his arms crossed. And he lets out just kind of a gigantic, impatient sigh.
I don't know if you caught this, Ty, but there was a redemption.
I do see that. So
Okay.
Red Iron saw and felt what Leifei was feeling and seeing in that moment.
Did you get to see things like this? Red Eye was my brother.
Red, the Silk Collective has gathered thousands such instances of this kind of same or similar behavior. You've got packages for all of your old friends if they'd like to know what happened to certain things.
I know so much now, Leifei. We were so blind.
Maybe we were.
With that, we'll move on to the next person for now. So, at this moment, other creatures begin moving through the hallways, hearing the fighting going on with Donnie out in the hall. Syl begin clanking through the area and rushing towards both him and the others. And it is now Red's turn. You have another opportunity, or you can wait at this moment until the next player goes.
Red looks down at Leifei, looks up at Amos, over at Roland. I'm afraid time for this conversation is growing short. Tell me, Leifei. Do you hear me now? Do you understand?
I think I do.
Yes. I can take it all away. We can be brothers again, you know. But so much more. If you would only listen.
Can't we be brothers without?
Shh. No.
Then I'm sorry. But Sparrow's got to fly free.
You can be free. You just have to listen.
No,
Quiet your
he's gonna-
mind. Can't you do that? Don't you see? If we all come from the same place, then we are all equal. Then we are all the same. We can go anywhere, do anything, unburdened from pain and death, trauma, gone forever. Everything that you hate, awash in a sea of metal. Open your ears, Leifei. And then the noises from the machines begin to rise up aggressively in the room. But the machines aren't rattling. They're not doing anything, like the lights aren't louder, the gears aren't spinning faster. He's not controlling the machines. Everyone in the room can just hear them screaming. And which one's that? Nope, not that one. That's the one. Red is activating Revelations.
Revelations has activated. Individuals that are stuck in this need to make some rolls here. Go ahead and give me a tough roll for Leifei and Amos and Roland. Data is now being forcibly pushed upon you as long as these noises are happening. And Deadire, give me a... Let's see, in this case, the roll on that one is an opposed brains roll. Oh, critical failure.
Whoa.
Dead, you can use an ace.
Yeah, Dead's gonna ace that. I like how Dead Iron's virtue is still compassion. That's funny.
It's for the Syl, though.
True.
All right,
True.
15. So at the moment, only Roland is going to suffer for this round. And we'll get to that when it's Roland's turn. But everybody else starts having just this clamoring noise hitting them. Donnie goes. We still... Ah! More of these things! Take them down! Voices. I have to do the voices. Alright! Come on, Donnie. Another swing goes out. Aldevard goes flying. Nat 20, number 2. Critical hit
Dang.
again. Donnie rolls for damage. It doubles it. Dealing another 44 points of damage and shattering another sill against the wall. Goes everywhere. And then he
Wow.
turns and walks around the corner. There's another one. Huh. You're like marshmallows to me. And that's Donnie's turn. B, you are up.
All right. I'm going to continue following Donnie, but I'm going to look both forward and to the right to make sure that there's nothing else coming from either of those directions.
Okay. You see something in the darkness starting to move forward from the side that Donnie didn't turn down.
Let's just throw those wind blades then.
All right, give us a wind blade attack. Still defends itself, resistance roll, gaining, it got a 23 versus your 13.
Let's just ace that.
All right. And a 17 is not going to beat a 23. As you fire off a blade of wind, it whips through the air and just scrapes across the chest of this thing. Annika did provide an ace to you, though, if you want to try again.
Aw, thanks, Annika. Yeah, let's do it one more time with our good friend Anna's +1 also.
All right, go for it. That time is 16, but unfortunately not high enough. Windblade down. You have moved a little bit forward, so you still have some movement left if you'd like to use it, or you can shout something out, or use a reflexive action. What do you wish to do?
She is definitely going to shout out, "There's another one! Up here!"
All right. So, B, you are hearing that. Then you begin to hear the walls vibrate with voices. They're soft compared to what the others are having to endure right there around Red Iron, but it sounds like all the walls are talking to you at once.
It sounds like when Grandfather Archimedes was alive. When Sylvia was there.
And in
It
that
sounds
moment,
like it.
one of these still move forward, and you see 2 blasts from its arm. 2 attacks come at you. First one gets a 17, the second one gets a 14. So what do you wish to do to avoid these? Just defense rolls?
I am going to, try ducking down the corridor
So
behind
the
me.
first defense roll is not successful.
Not good.
You can duck and cover with a reflexive action, so that'll give you some bonuses on the second one. Second one will get you out of harm's way, but you are going to get clipped by the first one unless you have, say, Zep assist you or do something else. Do you have enough overload left for Zep to assist you? Yeah. You
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
used 1 wind blade, that's it.
Yeah.
So if you'd like, you can use Guide My Hand, and Zep can try to assist.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Down! Out of the way!
Give us another roll, this one at +6. So you still have to beat a 17. So 17 or higher. And that is a 14 plus 6 is 20. So you're able to just, a gust of wind tosses you just a little bit down the side. The shots go wide, and now it's just a clear hallway between that sill and Clarion. Amos, we're back to you. The screeching sounds begin, and it looks like Dead Iron is now looking a little more intently at everyone. Leifei has rejected his proposal. Unless you do something to calm down the beast, it's not looking great right now.
They're not going to take no for an answer.
Are you hesitating, Amos? Like you did
when you thought you knew what was really going on.
Ouch.
I think
Got you.
I'm going to use Dragon's Word on
Okay.
Dead Iron.
So, Dragon's Word could force someone to do your bidding, but it does not work on Nemesis equivalence targets. So, in advance, this is not an ability that'll work on Dead Iron.
Well, okay then.
I mean, like, I'll like allow it within reason if I fail. Like, he can't be like, go throw yourself off a cliff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you could still say your words, I suppose, and he'll give you a level with which he's okay with acquiescing.
Because it's a dope ass ability.
Then I guess I'm just going to make them focus on Amos, and I'm going to use Impressive Presence
Okay.
to draw aggro.
So Impressive Presence still does require an opposed roll. In this case, you're rolling your tough versus their resistance. The resistance for this one's also going to be a tough roll from Red Iron. So give us a opposed tough roll from each one of you. And Amos is overcome by Dead's will, although Amos is also very much in your face and is providing you one distraction.
You know, I was going to ace that, but I'll roll with this.
So he's not forced to face you, but he is distracted now.
All right. And they're going to walk to one side. Just get Leifei out of the way. I can move. Is 5 a full action?
Well, yeah. One action is any kind of movement. But you have 7 move you can use.
All right. I'm going to use the full 7.
All right.
And normally I'm just shooting or scooting, so bear with me here. I still have an action?
No, you used 1 to do Impressive Presence.
Okay.
So that's all you got at the moment. Red,
That's all I need.
Do you currently feel threatened yet?
Red feels threatened by nothing.
Okay.
Distracted, yes.
Roland, it is your turn. As you hear this cacophony of voices filter in, suddenly you find yourself transported to a different place, and you hear Red's voice telling you, "Let me show you the folly of your ways. Let me show you what you've done. Let me show you who you are." So, Roland.
That's my line.
The scene moves, and we find ourselves drifting in the air, floating, some sort of flying object, in a distant place. You very quickly recognize the streets of Albion, the Undercity. We see home. We see your church, your flock. Without you, you notice them rising up into the arms of another charismatic leader, preaching from the pulpit the path, the way, showing people what to say, how to act, how to feel, how to be. A pretender, filling coffers with wealth, a greasy grin on his face all the while. A charlatan has stolen your flock and begun to leech off of them, a parasite of pain. The scene begins to transition back until we see you once more, standing in this ancient ruin, with flowing lines of energy, viewable to these still, some sort of etheric connection to you, moving off into various directions into the skies around, puppet strings pulling you in a macabre dance. Before you snap back to yourself, pain in your head and distracting moments all around. You, of course, do not suffer distractions, so...
I only don't suffer distractions from wounds.
That's true.
I actually can suffer distractions from annoying ass lizard bosses.
So this annoying ass lizard boss has provided you with, let's see, 1d4 plus 1 distractions for 1 round. So go ahead and give us a d4 roll, and we'll see what you have.
Come on, 4.
That's 2. Two's
That's
not
fine.
terrible.
I don't anticipate Roland making very many rolls.
So Roland, you are briefly stunned by this, and then come to, and find your head is swimming with this knowledge, wondering where it came from, what it means.
Roland is entirely incapable of doubting himself, and therefore declares, I see through the lies of the sill. You may have shown me an image of my flock being lured away by a charlatan, but that is the way of things. That is the way the path determined things should go. I bear no jealousy, nor do I feel no grief at this. But to claim that the path itself was forged by you and your ilk, I'm afraid I must take offense, sir.
So what does Roland do as an action in this moment?
Continues to catch his breath.
Okay. Roland gets a +1 on the next roll that he makes.
I'm still unbelievably tired from destroying a gigantic leviathan made of metal, and I'm wondering how many turns I have to take off before I get an overload back, frankly.
It would be 10 minutes to 15 minutes. So you're looking at like 20 turns.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, let's keep Red talking. Let's keep him talking.
let's keep slowing things down. Clarion, you are up next. There is still in the hallway. Donnie has moved down a different one. B was just launched around a corner on her own. There's overload reductions coming over right now from Sanctum, from Rob, and there's a complication by Agilmech. Any attack against Amos causes his armor to suddenly malfunction, returning to its compact form. Amos has to say the words to bring it out once again, and in his aether-filled place, his mental shout carries to everybody to hear loud and clear. So that's 3 overload reductions to Roland, and Amos' armor is going to collapse the first time it's hit, and have to have the whole special action taken to reopen it. All right, so Clarion, what are we doing for you?
Well, we gotta slow this thing down in case I don't kill it. So I'm gonna turn my PDO to cold damage and shoot it.
All right, attempting to freeze its legs in place or just slow it down?
Yeah, let's try freezing its legs in place.
All right, give us your attack roll, please. The opponent gets a defense roll. What'd you get? 16. The opponent critically failed against this attack. Do we find that there's a critical flaw in this particular target, causing it to have basically 4 distractions on rolling to avoid getting out of the entanglement? Or does this attack hit harder than usual and do some extra damage?
Extra damage.
All right. So in this case, you're going to be doing double damage, and give me another d6 to add to that. And 1 more for good measure, Sanctum says. Another overload reduction to roll it. So total comes to 15 times 2, 30 points of damage. You hit this thing, it staggers backwards a little bit, and you see it is frosty and tangled to the floor. It now needs to break free to keep moving. But it is not dead. You have 1 standard action remaining, Clarion.
Surprising. Shoot it again.
All right, you raise the PDO for a second shot and fire. It is now entangled and has -4 the defense roll, -6 total, so that's +1. It gets a 14. And you strike. Roll for damage. 7 points of damage, and that puts it at 37. No, not quite dead yet. Bullet just bounces off of it, but causes bits and plates to break. And that is your turn. Leifei, we return to you, facing red. Something has happened. The walls begin screeching. As you're standing there, what do you do?
Red, we don't have to do this at all. Check.
Your audio is acting funny.
Okay. All right. Check.
You're echoey. There you go. You're echoey, but that's it.
Hold on. Check one last time.
Now you're not. You're back to normal.
I got a new microphone. I was trying to do a preset. It was going to be super cool. All right, we're going to do something different. The the fourth and fifth arms begin to rise up, and then Red just like locks eyes with well, he's locking eyes with Amos right now because Amos is being a pain in the butt, but casts a glance over at Lei Fei and just says, "If your friend will not be reborn, then he will be rebuilt."
That sounds like a threat.
That's not happening, mate.
All right, Lei Fei, how do you react? You recognize that the red iron you knew has been changed.
In the glint of his armor, there's this shining red line, which montage. It looks like the scene of Red like flying off with his essentially his fire comet off to explode his final moments, and it like moves around like all movie like until it changes to a red line running through dead iron, and he's gonna use flash of red.
All right, so you haven't drawn a weapon yet. You're grabbing Cutlass's blade, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And then you zip to the other side suddenly, and the blade goes back in. And at the end of the round, we'll see what happens. So you do have to roll to see if you hit him, however, before we do that.
Certainly.
Just in case he somehow defends himself. Give us a defense roll and give us an attack roll. Flash of red does give you +3 to the roll.
That's totaled. I got a 4. Plus 10, 14.
All right, 14. Red, give us a defense roll as you see Lei Fei immediately as his hand begins to blink down to his wrist to zip forward. He's going to strike you. All right, so the damage and the effects don't occur until the end of the round, but you are hit. And at the moment that his blade leaves the sheath and strikes you and comes back in, red lights begin blinking, and those round circular tanks, you see lines appear on the edges of them, and steam starts escaping from them as other sill begin coming out. Lei Fei, that was your action. You have one standard remaining, though. Actually, you used one to use the ability. You can do something else, but not an ability.
How much armor do I have to take off to get back to you?
How much armor do you have to take off?
Yeah, he's still not fully.
That's with Red, I think.
I think he's talking to Red. How much armor do I need to remove to get back to the real you?
Lei Fei, I was never the shell I occupied.
Excellent.
All right. Next one probably will get a little bit more through. He's going to swing again.
All right, another attack comes in. Give us an attack roll. And, of course, give us your defense roll with Dead Iron. The Cutlass swings in with an 18 this time. Dead, what's your defense?
I lost my shirt last session. You kind of have to lose some.
It's true. Oh, 22. What does it look like as you deflect his blow? What does that appear like?
It's just one of the arms, like ping. Red's not even looking at him.
Ah, fuck.
All right, that was your turn. As you're standing there, Amos, where's it at? There it is. You are near this orb by you, and then suddenly a sill steps out of it, coming closer to you, and swings at you with a bladed arm. It gets a 14 to strike you. What do you do, Amos? You're muted at the moment if you're trying to say something.
I think I'm just going to shield bash it back.
All right, so you go ahead and
Preferably hard.
give me your shield strike, and we'll see if you're able to knock it away before it harms you. That is a critical
I am going to ace
failure. Amos does get a +1 from Strat.
Wait, you got cool robot homies?
And that is a 15. You have overcome the attack, which means you do parry, and you shove it backwards. It goes back inside the ball, where you close it temporarily again. And there's an ace granted to you, by the way.
Thank you. All right. So at this point, I've had my reflexive action. I could move and shoot and move. I could punch things. Damn it, Leafy. Could use a scattergun, but you get hit. I just have one action remaining, right, Ty?
Whoa! Sanctum Cosplays wants to force Red Iron to roll chaos. Oh no, Anna, where is this chaos?
Yes.
Where is this chaos focused? Where is
Don't
it?
worry.
Where's it stay?
Can I do it on my action?
Yes, you can do it on your action.
I won't augment an ability. It'll just happen then.
Okay.
Oh
Right.
no.
And if Red Iron hits the thing where he has to meet me again, I'm buying everyone subs.
I like tuna.
I'm for this.
So then we shall see what happens next. And here we go. Next up, we've got a few more of these still moving about through the hallways. We've got some more of them starting to coalesce on point. We've got the one in the hall rush over towards Donnie, swinging out, trying to stab him with the blade. One strike comes out. Donnie is going to attempt to parry it. I will just roll the die because I know the number. You see his shield come up. He blocks that one, and then he counterattacks and swings in again. No, you don't. And here we go. Donnie, where are you at? There you are. I didn't need to roll that one. Needed to roll damage. He counterattacks for 23 points, slamming this thing right up against the wall. And it is now another one. There we are. So Roland, next to you inside the room that you're in, another one of these creatures starts coming out of one of the little ball casings in the side.
Ah.
And another one comes from the side of the room. Exiting out. This one steps forward, turns to you. You see its arm just sink into the forearm, and this little red glow appears in this open section in it, and it just turns, points it at you, and fires.
Oh, the price of my ambivalence. Roland is going to use alter angle and try to get it to hit the other one.
So you're aiming at trying to deflect the shot over towards the one in the other corner?
I think he just sort of like does like a super fast juke, and the other one is in the pathway right when the shot goes off.
All right, so give us a alter angle defense roll. Let's see here. Actually, I don't think you need to do that, do you? On the case of alter angle, all you do is place position threat can entangle an offender in mental or space aether loop and redirect the effect. This can be used instead of defense. If a target requires a fate token to make a defense or social roll, they could redirect the roll requirement and it results onto a new target within range 2. You will have to make this chaos to reach the other target because they're too far away.
Hey, sure. Let's do it.
All right, so give me a magical roll. As long as you get over a 5, you will redirect to this other target. That is not
Come
over
on.
5. That is a 4.
I'll take my. I'll pop an ace.
All right,
Ugh.
Ace, try again.
Not fair.
That is
There we
much
go.
better. With a 16, Roland moves to the side. This thing's aiming its cannon. He just kind of flips and spins, and in midair, the blast goes off, goes right past him, just as he twirls, just fires across the room, and now the target is the other sill, so they both have to roll off against each other. The opponent got a... Yep. He's able to see the shot coming and kind of closes the doors on the shell again. And then starts opening them once more. It was unable to hit him, but effort well received. Dead Iron, you are up. Combat is joined. The enemies are out. And now, flash of red goes off. Yep. Leifei does 17 points of damage to you. How do you wish to take that?
I don't think you can bleed. so I'm gonna skip that.
He can't bleed now.
Red's just gonna take that on the chin right there.
All right. So that puts you in a position where now you have your third and fourth and fifth arms available.
So many arms.
Third arm's gone. It's still on the ship somewhere, so.
Oh, okay. Red, and all of his arms, many arms, is going to run up to Amos and just pick him up. Pick him up Goro style.
All of the arms go to pick up the hugely tanked Amos.
Two big Lesran arms to pick up, and then the two fourth and fifth arms start spinning and charging up with energy.
All right.
I always learn so much from a live dissection.
Give me a strong roll opposed by Amos's defense, I'm assuming. What are you doing to try to not be grabbed there, Amos?
I'm gonna use the Calathite.
Shotgun? You can't use a shotgun as a reflexive action. You don't have one that does that.
All right. Then I guess. Since I got hit twice, do I have a charge?
You do have a charge.
Clear.
Amos has received an ace. So you're attempting to use electricity to shock him away from you, basically? Some of that reverse kinetic force?
Yep.
All right.
Preferably to the head.
Give me a tough roll then. And give me that strong roll there, Dead Iron. That is a 17 to a 14. But you do get the assistance of your fourth and fifth arm, giving you +4 total.
I kind of wanted to do that without them because I want to carve Amos up like a turkey. Can I just ace?
You can ace, yeah.
I'm just going to ace.
Okay.
Them early aces, they feel so good.
So you got to beat 17.
I can do that. That's fine. I can do that all day.
19. That's it. Dead Iron grabs a hold of your chest, and with strength he did not have in life, lifts you and your armor up with lightning arcing under the ceiling around. Unfortunately, unable to blast him away with that. And what happens next, Red?
Fourth and fifth arms, you shoot Amos.
Both of them firing in at Amos. Remember that there was a redemption for chaos. Are you intending that with this, or?
Yeah, we're doing it on this.
Okay, the shots come in, focusing on Amos. Give us a chaos roll, and we'll see how that turns out. So something about holding Amos up in the air fills you with a little bit of, I don't know, pride, and things go a little crazy after that.
Where's the chaos button?
I have just shared it with you.
Okay.
Did it not show up?
Goro has some fatalities.
There it is.
And focusing on him, the air within distance 6 of the target becomes immeasurably cold, reducing move by 1 per round and freezing any targets that reach 0. Move solid. These effects get okay. Remember what happened to your cannon, Amos?
Oh no, not again!
It feels like that curse is following you around as your armor decompresses off of you upon first being touched, like stated, and falls to the ground in a box and begins irradiating cold outward. Everybody is starting to slow down and will freeze solid in this room if they stay here.
Tie?
Yes.
It wasn't a box. It was an ankle charm.
It is an ankle charm, yes, so it recollapses around your ankle. It is cuffed to you and starting to freeze you solid, Amos.
Sound of Lesran dial-up.
Yes, the guns go off. So now give me an attack roll from each of those, and Amos, give me a defense roll for each attack that's coming against you. So 2 attacks come at you, a 12 and a 15. Your first one, nat 20. And what is your second one? All right, you're going to defend against both of Red's shots. You just bring up your arms. You kind of push his fourth and fifth arm out of the way. The blasts go wide. One of them, however, you get to choose. Do you wish to gain an opening against Dead Iron, or do you wish to cause the fourth arm to fire and hit something else in the room, like the sill right behind you?
going to take my opening because I've literally been stripped bare.
Okay, so you are going to take an opening against him, which we will grant you here in a moment. But yes, your armor is now attached to your foot and is now starting to freeze you solid. Deadiron, that is your round. We move out to Donnie in the hallway, swinging in with his mighty hammer once more, trying to take on this sill right in front of him. He hits. I'm not even going to have to roll for that one. He has killed it. Smash! Another one shatters, and he just turns to the two of you.
Your friends, they're in trouble. We need to get to everybody else.
Yes, I have gathered that from the explosions and combat noises.
And the talking walls.
Does anybody know a quicker way to get to them? There's so many of these things.
We could
I
always
don't know
try
where
to
they
go
are.
through the walls.
Through the walls. I mean, that's a good idea. Do you know where this is located? Where? It was back this way somewhere, right? You get out of the way.
You see him move forward and then just swing his hammer again at the individual that's currently frozen to the floor. Oh, but it's able to parry and move aside. Hammer hits the wall. Donnie looks at him like
You did not just...
All right. B, you're up. You're on the corner. There's a sill that's been frozen to the floor in the hallway, seriously damaged, and Donnie wasn't able to hit it.
I got it, Donnie. And B's going to draw the very cool sword that she looks most awesome with, since it has not yet been used, and
All right.
try to slay this sill.
So you draw Durandal's blade, come around the corner, and just stab in towards it. Go ahead and give me an attack. The opponent rolls to defend themselves, but is seriously lacking. Go ahead and give me your damage roll. You slice it right across the chest for 6 points of damage, which puts it over its threshold. What does it look like as you take this one down?
The 12-year-old draws a sword that is literally taller than she is somehow. Crawls under Donnie's arm and just takes the head clean off.
Ding, 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 ding. It rolls to the ground. You see it kind of look over at you. And then the red eyes just...
This will be very useful going against the Empire. I think I need to redo some of my art.
Decapitation art? Is that what you're talking about? So B,
I mean, that's up next.
B plans on decapitating everyone in the Empire. You do have a little bit of move left if you'd like to continue down the hallway. In that direction. All right, there you go. So you move down, but you're currently in the dark. You can't quite see what's down there. And that is B's turn. We hear individuals moving in the distance. Let's see. You're clattering. There's an explosion, a rumble. There's a bunch of clattering stones being heard in different directions inside of the outpost, inside of this old building. Amos, you're up. All right. Red Iron has left himself exposed, meaning that you have basically some advantages against him this round. What do you wish to do?
At this point, it's no longer Red Iron. It's Seal with Red Iron face. I'm going to unload buckshot directly into their skull.
All right. So after knocking your fourth and fifth arm out of the way, and you're lifting him up, he kind of just pulls your arms out slightly, and then the gun goes right up against your chin, and he just fires. Go ahead and give us your attack roll. And the defense roll for you is going to be at -5 there, Benjamin. So... Amos!
I'm going to ace that.
Yeah, that's only a 2. And you get a 7.
Can I ace that again?
You can, yeah.
What is going on?
It looks like Red is attempting to kill you. I think that's what's going on. 12
And
does put
use
you...
2+1s.
That is one above. That is one above. You did get another ace from Annika, by the way. But you are going to take a shot to the face. Give us the Chalcothite attack roll, please. And add an extra d8 onto it. Boom! Shot goes out, and you take 11 points of damage there, Red.
Oh, boy.
Red does that thing where he's like, and then he just like slowly like
You see, like, your shot has blasted shiny bits of dented metal in his face, but he seems to be,
And then he
fine.
just like pulls out like a little pellet from his jaw where it's sort of dented it, and then like drops it on the ground.
Tink, tink, tink. KM Steer has provided everybody an ace in the party. Congratulations. Thank you!
I have the feeling we'll need that. Thank you.
Most likely. Amos, that was your action. You are still currently held in place. You'll either have to break free. Your leg is starting to freeze solid. You'll need, based on if this is the same effect that happened with the cannon, if that magic's sticking to you, you need to find a way to stop that event from occurring or get this thing away from you as quickly as possible.
Red Iron is powered by something, right?
Something. You're not sure what.
Fight, hatred,
Spite and hatred.
frustration.
Can I just kick into the steam container thing to Can I kick into the steam container thing to neutralize the freezing process? Roll chaos if possible.
Give me a brains roll. Nat 20. All right. Amos, your two choices are you will know how to neutralize the bracelet on your leg immediately, and you'll be able to safely secure it in a position that won't impact you, but you'll lose your leg. Or you will be able to do this temporarily and give yourself some reprieve for a period of time.
Can I? You see Roland like eyeing the anklet, like kind of excitedly.
I think I'm going to take the wound, neutralize the bracelet,
Okay.
and have it ready to rock again on the next round of combat.
All right, so you're going to temporarily... is that what you're saying? You're doing the temporary thing and not losing the leg, or you losing the leg?
I'm losing the leg, neutralizing the bracelet, so that when... Because if this is know who, I swear.
This is how the neutralization happens. Just so you're aware, it is going to lose you the bracelet at the same time. If you want to neutralize it, you are sticking your foot inside of this containment unit because you recognize it as a way to contain the bracelet itself. You're going to lop off your own leg by shoving it into there, slamming the door closed, and forcing it to stay in there with it.
In that case, I'm just going to get a temporary reprieve and reactivate the armor.
Okay, so you kick in, you smash this individual, and as it does so, some of whatever is inside the containment unit temporarily reduces the effect. So give us a D4, and that's how many rounds it will no longer be active. It'll come back at the end of that. 1D4 plus 1 rounds. 2 rounds. You have 2 rounds before it starts freezing everything again.
Okay. I can't ace that, can I?
You can ace any roll in the game. All right,
One
rolling
more
that
try.
again. 5 rounds. You have 5 rounds before it becomes active again. So you have temporarily disabled the freezing feature. And the other seal that's inside the box is now stunned for a round. So that's it. That's Amos's turn. Roland, we're over to you. You spin, finish your flip through the air, land upon the ground. You see Amos, the biggest of bigs, being held up by 2 arms by this mechanical individual. They all seem to recognize, as a matter of fact, which is weird, but whatever.
I had a super cool plan for that bracelet thing, man.
Well, you're gonna
it's
have to
gonna be awesome.
adjust now.
I'm gonna have to think of something now. Ha. Looking at the map, okay. Roland is going to activate Dervish.
Okay.
And then run up and attack Deadiron, but also like make sure that he ends up being adjacent along the move to both of the arms, like as part of the move, so he gets free hits on them.
Well, it's only one free hit per round, so you'll only be able to attack one of them.
Oh, I thought it was one free hit per like baddie.
When you move close to a new target in a round, you gain one free hit on one target.
Well, let's rush in and go after red.
All right, so you're
And
gonna go
then-
after red, and that will allow you to make one free attack on, well, red because you're approaching, or you can use that free attack on somebody else.
No. Let's go after red.
All right,
We
so
gotta work on him.
that'll give you 2 attacks total. So you rush in, and immediately, what does that look like as you dervish, kind of spinning, flipping, and acrobatically maneuvering through the air as the pastor of death?
It's quite it's quite brutal. Roland is not an elegant fighter. He is very much a brawler. So he just sort of like goes into a run, and then like anime style is just like next to him, and it's just like laying in like, and he's coming in like Muay Thai style with like the elbows and the knees. Yeah.
All right. First elbow comes in. Give us an attack and a defense roll against yourself. This is Dad's second. Yeah, so the negatives are there in the moment.
Rob, I'm taking away one of your aces for making that stop hitting yourself joke.
So, unfortunately, Roland, you just rolled both your attacks at once. Is that what you were doing on purpose?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for Dead for the 1, and then roll for the number 2. You get struck once, and you get struck twice. So, Dead Iron is just... Give us 2 damage rolls. The first one strikes Dead right in the left arm. The second one strikes Dead right in the chest. So, it looks like 10 damage and 8 damage, 18 total. How do you want to take that? You have armor hits still. You can absorb half for each armor hit.
Still on the chin. We're not in the scary zone just yet.
All right. So all right, there we are. Roland rushes forward, gets in a couple of good hits. You do, with every action, have the ability to move to. Do you want to keep yourself there, or do you want to place yourself in a different spot?
Roland is going to reposition to be next to Amos.
Okay.
With sort of that sill in between them, so that if Roland wants to take a cheap swing at the sill, he can.
All right, so you just zip over there next to Amos, so you can take care of that one if you need to as well. You do have a reflexive action left. You can use unarmed strikes as a reflexive action if you would like. Or you
I
can
get
save
the
that
feeling
for
I'm going to need a reflexive action.
All right.
As it comes up.
So then we are on to Clarion. You're a bit further behind everybody there, Clarion. What are you doing at the moment?
Clarion moves up and would like to activate her electronic wrist thingamajig, saying, well, if we need to figure out a way out, then I think I can help with that. And wants environmental details, please.
Okay. So you turn on environmental details. You can tell the depth of the position that you're in. You can see areas in the ceiling and the floor that have various weaknesses. You can feel the differences in pressure and volume. You can tell where explosions and gunfire is coming from, that kind of thing. And then you move up. Let's see. You can move 6, right? Yeah, move 5. All right, so you're 1 back.
Yeah.
You're coming in behind everybody else, but your electronic wrist thingamajig is currently active. Is there something on there you're looking for in specific in this moment, or just in general?
Basically, the shortest path to our friends.
Okay. So going directly south is fastest if you can make it through the door that's blocking the way.
I believe if we can bust that door open, that would be the quickest way. And she points.
All right. Well, when I get there, I'll take a big swing. Both you two step back. When we get there. Yeah. You don't need to step back right now. We're not currently there.
Understood, Donnie.
Sorry.
No, it's quite all right. Clear communication is vital.
So as you are getting closer and closer to this location, and as the fight is underway, our screen fades to black as we go to our break for now. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We're going to be back in about 10 minutes, so get some drinks, get some poppycorns. Be ready for continued dead iron goodness, and we'll see if we'll see how things go. Be right back.
If anyone would like to assist.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sparrows.
He's still purring. I don't know why.
Who's purring?
My cat. I was having him
Oliver.
wave hello to the
Oh,
audience.
purry kitty. Purry kitty.
Here's praying for chat.
We were in the
Yes.
throes of combat against Dead Iron and all of his allies. And it is now Leifei's turn. Leifei, Red has just turned away from you, lifted Amos up, been smacked a few times by Roland over here. What are you doing?
I don't attack people from behind. Sorry, I'm leaving.
You could move in front of him too, though.
No, wait. Leifei is going to move to block out these guys that are coming closer.
Okay, so where do you head to, and what do you do?
He's going to get right there. Actually, can he give my pal Amos a little poke on the side, a little snoot boop, and use the good touch to heal him up?
You can attempt a good touch, yeah. I believe. Well, I think in combat, you can only do one application of regen in combat, but you can.
That's right.
So you move over, you give a touch, a boop on the snoot to Amos, dink, and then healing energy flows into you. Amos, you gain 1 regen effect back to you for health, so you'll gain back 3 health. And then at that point, I assume you move back to that position to interpose yourself?
Yes.
Okay. That is Leifei's action. It is now their turn. The first one coming out of the ball rushes over towards you. The second one rushes over towards you. You have 2 enemies with bladed arms swinging at you like you're in a blending machine. 4 attacks come at you, Leifei.
Woof woof woof.
The first one gets a 23 to strike.
I'll get a 20-0 to 10 to
You're going to get hit by 1. Second attack comes in, getting a 21 to strike. There's an ace provided by Annika to Leifei, just in case you need it.
I'll only get a 20 on that one.
You try to get out of the way, you're getting hit again. Another attack comes in from the side. This one only gets a 10.
Wait, I should use aces. What am I doing?
You have been taking your defense negatives with every one of those additional rolls, right?
Defense negatives for what?
Every time you get attacked, you have 1. After you roll defense, you click the little bubble next to defense.
Ah.
Then you remove those at the end of when your next round starts. So right now, that one with a 7, it's still high enough to avoid the attack, but now you have been attacked 3 times. So go ahead and roll for the final one. The enemy attacks you with the final attack, gets a 26. You get an 8.
I don't think I can beat that, even with
You'd
an
have to get a
ace.
nat 20. That's all. A 5% chance of success.
Hey, can I ace good rolls?
What do you mean?
Well, Roland can grant an ace. Can I ace a good roll?
Yes.
Is that an enemy through?
Oh, you're wondering if you can ace an enemy's roll.
Can
There-
I force? Can I? Oh, I can't force an ace on an enemy that rolled well.
No, that's a time mage
Ah.
ability.
Oh, heck! Got a multi-class into that. Okay.
Well, I
Unfortunately,
actually
Leifei,
thought-
looks like you are going to be hit 3 times. First strike comes in and hits you in the right arm for 11. Second strike comes in, hitting you in the chest for 3. You have armor too to take some of those, absorb some of those hits if you need to. And the last attack is going to be hitting you for 7 to the left arm.
All right.
Annika out there with the heals. Leifei, 1d8 plus 1. You've gained back 7 health.
Fantastic. So he's going to take one on the armor, to take 2 blows, and then just sort of pound his chest, and he just...
The still inside of the capsule that was thrown back inside and kind of locked in place can't get out yet. So Amos, you have kept one out of harm's way there, or kept it from harming anyone. Around the corner comes another one right up in front of B, and you just see it just turn and whoosh, swing at you with those blades. 2 strikes coming at you, B. You're gonna get hit by the first one. Second one comes out.
I think I'm gonna ace that first one.
Okay. So the first swing from the enemy is a 13. So you need to beat it. 13 or higher to beat it. There you are. 11. Oh, you could guide my hand if you need.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Yet again. Move aside.
Give us another roll with a +6 on top of this one. Oh, that was almost a crit fail. Oh. So
Almost, but not quite.
that puts you at a 23. You're able to avoid the first one whoosh, to the side. The second one strikes you. The enemy gets a 23 on this one. You are going to get
Yeah,
struck.
I'm just gonna have to take that one.
All right. It swings in, striking you right across the chest, and you take 11 points of damage. Your armor could deflect half of it, or you could take wounds if you need to.
Yeah, armor's gonna deflect half.
Okay, so that is rounded up 6 points of damage to you, and you get another heal from Annika, as well as an overload reduce. It looks like. So you gain 3 health back from Annika.
Thank you, Annika.
Goddess of Light, bring me health and well-being. How many? I think that's pretty close to like 50 health granted this episode so far. All right, let's see. There are more starting to move through the facility, and 1, 2 would have... All right. We got to put them on the map where they have just arrived from. One of them has shown up behind Clarion. So, Clarion, one of them pops out from behind you. You're not currently looking in that direction, but there's a... You hear a shot immediately, knowing you're about to be struck from behind. What do you do?
Try and dodge.
All right, give me a defense roll. The opponent gets a 10 to strike you. You get an 11. Narrowly avoiding it. It just sizzles across. A little bit of your fabricated hair like melts away and falls to the ground. Tink.
Oh, it's a painted metal plate, so it some of the paint flakes off.
There you go. Paint has burned away. Clarion gets a heal. B gets a heal. Clarion, you've gained 2 health back. B, you have gained 9 health back. The audience
Can we
just
swap those?
throwing love.
I mean, I still have my boo-boo box that I haven't been able to use yet, so I will activate it shortly.
There was a second heal to Leifei from Steven, apparently, that I didn't get. And Rob has healed my soul. So I suppose that means the 2 of you can switch that heal. Sure.
Good.
And there's 9 health that goes to Leifei. And another heal to Leifei. 4 more. And B gets another heal of 8. I think you're all healthy as oxes at the moment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This audience doesn't want to
heal
see
my
any of
armor.
you die. You see what I have to deal with, Deadiron? It is your turn, by the way.
Oh yeah, the dramatic music kicks in as Deadiron just straight up drops Amos, and
Drops
then
him.
like, just let's go, and then like the shadow of very tall, very scary Deadiron like looms overhead as the 4th and 5th arms start spinning like drills and just like start like burying themselves in Amos's flesh. And Red Iron's like, "Where's your armor? You put so much work into putting up those walls, and it's betrayed you already, hasn't it?"
All right, go ahead and give us the attacks from 4th and 5th arm real quick. Amos, you go ahead and give us defense rolls.
Hold on a minute. I need a moment to appreciate that. That was good. Wow. Ow. Defense.
Yes. Give me defense roll. First one you have to beat is 22.
I'm gonna ace it.
All right. Here goes. Looks like you're about to get hit.
Annika just gave me another ace.
You did get another one. You can ace again. Go ahead.
All right.
Unfortunately, that is not going to do it.
Roland, standing next to Amos, is just like, no, these things aren't in control of the path. The path is itself. And grants Amos another ace.
Another ace. Amos, roll one more time.
Oh, come on!
Not good enough.
Well, sorry, brother Amos. It's fate now.
All right,
That's
first-
fate.
I appreciate it.
First strike is hitting you, so go ahead and give me a defense roll against the second one. You have to beat a 17. You got the health to withstand this, though. I'm sure you'll be fine. That is, unfortunately, not high enough either. Amos gets Cure Light Wounds. I'm assuming
Roll
for after
damage.
the damage. So you are going to be taking 21 total points of damage to the chest.
Oh!
You see like bits of skin and flesh tearing, scales flying everywhere. Amos jabbed, huge gout of blood coming out.
And then Red Iron like pulls it, like they bury in and just kind of stick, right? And then Red Iron gets in real close and says, "You could have stopped all of this if you would have listened. If
Can I take
you
those as
wouldn't have
wounds,
treated
Ty?
me like a threat."
This is a chest strike. Chest strikes cannot take wounds. So you did just get hit for 23, right? Yes, 21. 21 points of damage, and then you're going to have heals after that. So you're 36 minus 21 is 15. You have 15 health remaining, but the audience has thrown 2 heals at you, granting you back 7, 8, 9 more health. So you're back to 24. 24. Hey, there you go. All right. So Amos takes a good solid couple of hits, and at this moment, Dead Iron, Amos is nearly helpless. What are you doing?
Now look at you, naked and helpless. Face it, Amos. You can't save anyone. And then Red Iron touches Amos on the temple and forehead and transmits the appropriate information to him.
Suddenly, Amos, you happen to have your mind just... You feel screaming images of different people's existences flashing across the surface of your mind until you find yourself in a different location. Amos, you see a small, nondescript house, a place that used to be filled with laughter and joy, small playground out in front of it, a bunch of children that used to sing and dance and play here, empty, decrepit. The playground itself in disrepair and falling apart. This was the home you remember the voices of, filled with children and love, long lived and long cared for. And we see the stones cracked, crumbling, the interior of the building abandoned. The echoes of laughter long since gone resound off the stones, and we see a rather large and tattered banner, a notice from the Bank of Albion, an eviction notice. Letters, all marked with your name, all marked with cashier's checks, with money, things like that that you know you sent, are sitting in an undelivered postal box nearby. And water is dripping from the undercity roof. In disrepair, echoes of the lost moments that you had. Your family is missing, if not gone. As Amos returns to himself, he's now afflicted with 1d4 plus 1 distractions. Go ahead and give us that roll, please, Dead Iron. That is 2 distractions on top of Amos's current existing ones.
You can have all of them back, Amos.
Amos just braces the drills and tries to push them out.
All right, on your turn, we'll see what your action is next. Donnie continues moving, rushing over to assist B, who's got a threat in front of him. Donnie just swings that mighty hammer.
All right, you sons of bitches, get out of the way. We got business to attend to.
And is missing this attack, unfortunately. First time, smashes into, well, second. There's been two. Smashes into the wall, but misses.
Grandstanding, Donnie.
And then he just looks at it and goes,
No, that's not gonna work out all right. I'm just, you just stand right there and...
he swings his shield in for a shield bash. Let's see, where'd you go, Donnie? There you are. And he does shield bash as a secondary attack. 13 to it. Nope. He misses that one as well, as the still machine in front of him just moves aside. And he goes,
Well, shit, usually that works.
B, you are up.
Step aside, Donnie. I've got this.
Amos, you've got another ace, by the way.
She is going to go ahead and enable Eternal Eyes.
You turn on your Eternal Eyes, Zep says,
Let me see for you.
and just eyes glow bright white, and suddenly you can see everything around.
Thanks, Sep.
Let me see if I can actually add that to you. I think there's a mode for that in this wonderful little system that we play in. Let's see. There we are for tokens and for Beatrix, and there, you should be able to see now.
Vision. Perfect. And once she can see clearly, she's going to slash at this cell.
All right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll as you slash.
It was almost a 16.
The opponent attempts to defend themselves, having been struck out twice. He's now... Nope, you hit. You strike him right across the chest. Give me a damage roll, and 8 points of damage. You see a tear appear. It is damaged. What do you do now, B?
Can I take another slash?
Yes, you can, if you don't move.
Let's do that.
All right. This is now the fourth attack. The opponent gets a 20, but is now reduced to 19 to avoid you. You're too shy.
Boo. You know what? Yeah, okay. She misses that one.
All right.
We'll live with that.
Whiff. You don't want to use the assistance of Zep on that one, huh?
You know what? My overload actually is looking pretty good. Let us go ahead and do that.
All right. So spend your overload, and
The strike should be straight and true.
then you get to roll once more with Zep's assistance with Guide My Hand at +6. You still have to beat a 19, and you got a 23. +6 is 29. You strike. Go ahead and roll for damage. This one hits it right in the head. So it takes 10 points. You see a big tear appear in its armor, and you see sparks and whatnot, but it is not dead.
Won't you just fall down? I'm done with you.
The creature turns towards you, being the only one that's harmed it, and immediately draws its blades together, pulls back, and just strikes in at you. A two-fisted strike comes in your direction, getting a 10 to hit you, B. And you got a 10, so you succeed, just narrowly avoiding this strike, which buzzes and cuts into the stone next to you.
I don't like you very much at all.
There are some others moving through the facility, trying to get closer to join in. Quit moving, map. Okay, and where'd that other one go? One rushes out into the hallway and sees Clarion turning, and it just takes a shot at you, Clarion. One gets a 12 to strike you with that cannon. And you are able to jump aside, avoiding the blast and still remaining fine. It is now Amos's turn. Amos, your mind is reeling under the weight of that revelation. You're muted at the moment.
So there's nothing left for them to fight for. Well, time to push back. Amos is going to break free.
All right, so give me a strong roll opposed with Red Iron to see if you can break free. That is a 6. Versus a 14. You're going to be held in place.
All right, then. Can I do anything else?
You don't have any aces left?
I got 3.
You could use one of those if you'd like to reroll.
Gonna give that a try.
All right. Oh, that's worse.
Last one.
All right. Here we go again. There's another ace for Manica.
Thank you.
That is a 10. You're feeling weak. You're feeling punctured. You're feeling tired. You're feeling mentally drained.
I think Amos is just gonna try one last time. They're gonna take the Cinnabar they got with Red Iron's mods, and they're just gonna jam it into their gut.
All right. Point blank blast with the weapon again. Go ahead and give us attack. And give us a defense roll for Deadeye.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
-1. Nat 20.
You gotta be kidding me!
Dead Iron. You can disarm Amos, or you can disarm Amos.
If I disarm Amos, how many arms does he have left?
He'd have one left. Just his right arm would be torn from his body. There's aces provided to everybody from Camp Steer from the audience. Amos, that gives you a chance to try again, but Dead Iron is still I guess so. It was a nat 20.
Last try.
That was so close. Oh. All right.
Oh!
So if you disarm him, you can actually remove his weaponry, stripping it to the ground and making it harder for him to get to. Otherwise, you're just causing an impairment by removing one of his arms.
That is the wildest euphemism for taking someone's limb off.
Hurt me, Daddy.
Yeah, Red. The arm that is holding him down, and then there was one that wasn't able to do it. The one that's free just like reaches over and just like snatches right at the bicep and just tears.
Your Amos scream into everybody's minds nearby, and Clarion and B, you hear your friends in pain and in danger. Your right arm is now completely gone, unfortunately. Positive benefit from that. You now have plus bonuses to your rolls because you're a bulwark. Although you are still impacted by the distractions that were caused by Preacher. The revelations have faded at the end of your round. So that is your turn, Amos. Unfortunately, that didn't go so well. Roland, your friend is in pain. Everything bad is happening. Dead just turns over and just literally rips the giant guy's arm off.
Roland, being next to Captain Leifei, more or less. Oh yeah, he's in front. He's right next to Amos, so he shouts over to Leifei, "Captain, is it always like this?"
No.
You just happen to show up at the end of a campaign. Don't worry, it's not always like this.
Sometimes it's worse.
Amos, you have gained a heal, another D8 plus 1, so you get 9 health back this time.
I'm trying to bring it up to a better standard. Ting ting.
As you're like fighting. All right, Roland, give us your action.
Wait,
Oh man,
Ty,
Roland's got to stick by his boy.
Yes, Jackal.
do I have 9 health, you said?
You just gained back 9 health, yes.
Oh, okay. Because with everything going on, it's just like, oh, it's gonna be now or never.
Now you've regenerated 9 health.
So Roland is going to take like one move to kind of like Red Iron's flank here.
Okay.
So like that. Take his free swing on the sill that's on Leifei, but can he just like dragon kick it like away? Like, is there like a bull rush action?
If you are going to attempt to shove, yes, you can do that instead of a damage attack.
Yeah, let's get this thing off of him.
All right, give me a strong roll as you leap
Juice
through the
him
air.
up.
The opponent tries to resist you, and you are able to kick them away. So you are able to knock them up to 4 distance back. If you rolled high enough, you get more, but you don't. So what direction do you launch them away?
I'm gonna ace this, see if I can find myself a little bit more distance.
Okay, go for it.
I'm getting so many free aces.
That
Wow.
is not hard enough to kick him anymore, so you might want to ace that one if you have a bunch of free aces.
I don't have that many free aces, but okay.
That is a 12. That's a bit better. That'll give you an extra D for distance, so you knock him away.
All right. Go wait. Wow,
One.
I have only ever rolled ones.
If you'd like to ace your distance
No.
roll, you can. So you're going to knock him 5 distance away. That puts him in this area. So go ahead and move him, or just point to where you want him to be at, or just let me know towards the top.
All
of
the way
arc.
over there.
All right, so he launches all the way across the distance, kind of like scatters. You see his clawed fingers dig into the stone as it catches itself and stands back up.
And then Roland is going to use Fire Within to activate his fire powers, and then like jump up and like Tiger Elbow Red Iron with the extra fire damage.
Excellent. Give us an attack and a defense for me, would you?
It's like I'm playing single player.
Striker Gauntlet gets a 14, and Red gets a 22. Red, would you like to use a reaction that you have now to draw blades out of the floor?
Yep. Sure would.
So, as Roland jumps up to get you, flames on his elbow, these blades just spike up out of the ground to try to impale him in place. Roland.
Roland's got one more ace. Let's do one last ace.
All right, you can use the last ace.
All right, here we go. Big stuff. Come on, Roland. You're supposed to be Imba. Can you beat a 19? Cannot. All right, let's eat the blade.
Give us a defense roll for Roland, and roll your mechanical swarm. Roland gets a 14 to try to avoid the blade. Give us a roll for the mechanical swarm for dead, and see if you strike Roland. You do not, being one shy. So, Roland, how do you avoid these blades in midair? You miss with the elbow, but you don't get impaled.
Roland is coming down with the elbow and then literally sees like a spike coming up from the floor and just like twists out and then just like lands.
Now you
And
are
is like,
still
"Oh,
in.
that was a waste."
You're still in Dervish, so you can move up to 2 if you want to reposition.
Nah, that's
All
fine.
right.
We'll take it. We like it.
That was your action. Clarion, we're up to you. You've got another enemy coming at you from both sides.
I mean, yeah. Seems about right. I think she would like to switch the PDO to electrical and shoot the one in front of her and hopefully stun it and move past it.
Okay, give me an attack roll. You strike. Go ahead and give me damage. 11 points of damage. You see it just start arcing and jerking back and forth, and you're able to move by it without it reacting. You do think you have stunned it for the round.
Awesome. I Amos, did you hear that, Beatrix?
I did, Clarion. We need to get to him now.
And they won't stop coming after us.
Never. Sylvia will never stop.
As you are sitting there or standing and talking to V, you begin hearing this cacophony of voices and the walls around them almost speaking. And there's something familiar about it, Clarion, that is not sitting well with you. As you sit there and listen, give me a tough roll.
Yeah.
19. You're able to resist this if you wish, so you won't have the distractions that are caused. But I'll give you the.
Unfortunately, Clarion can't really shut off her auditory channel because she does need to hear people.
Yeah. So in this moment, you do have data being sent to you. There's a series of numbers and codes that are related to visual and auditory files at a previous point in the history of this building that seem to be being targeted towards you. Do you accept them?
I think she wants us to let through like a few just to see what's going on.
Okay. So as you are sitting there for a moment, you see like the staticky image of an old decrepit recording device of some kind. And as there are broken lines moving back and forth across it, you're echoing, cracking noises, some stone falling down, a little flashlight comes out. And in the darkness, you see a figure. It seems to be hunched over a little bit. There's a clack of a cane that you've heard thousands of times before moving down the hallway. Around this figure, you see a bunch of other automatons that he seems to be ordering around and telling to move, to drag some of this stuff away, to open that door, that kind of thing. Do you wish to continue the video?
Yeah, I think she wants to know.
So you see this figure kind of lurch forward, another camera kind of picks up as they're walking through the halls. And then you see him walk into a large chamber filled with a bunch of old equipment designed to contain and hold various things. Not entirely certain what it is, but you hear him go, yes, this is it. These ruins once housed grand machinery, and if my theorems are correct, they were still ones. To bring them to life. As with the machine god, the messages, the knowledge, the new research. I must find a way. Long-distance communication and control technology will help me exert better influence. Yes, better control. Yes. Now that the coffee has been spread, we can institute the recreation of society. Better, more control, less chaotic. Yes, less chaotic place. We see the old machine-laden man walk with a cane to a sealed container. See him reach down. Damn it! Open! Damn it! You see him punch this thing once with his little knuckles, and then entering a couple of buttons, the casing starts to come open. There she is! There she is! Wakey, my dear. We have work to do. The camera kind of zooms in and out, gains focus again, and you see Sylvia's face in the box, and the eyes light up before the video cuts.
Huh. So, did that video clip have any metadata on it, like how old it was?
It was about 6 months old. When Sylvia transmitted her personage from your ship, this thing had been here already for a little while awoken, but not that long.
Gotcha. So, all the more reason to kill him, really.
So that is Clarion's
say.
Clarion's standing there, and you see her head just kind of cock slightly, and then she just looks at you and says that.
Agreed? Can I kill him with my sword? I'll kill him with my sword. We're good. Let's go.
I agree. Let's go.
Leifei, we return to you in the chamber.
With the flying, what is it? The flaming tiger elbow that came
Yes.
down. Has Red Iron turned?
Slightly. He turned to look and then brought spikes up from the floor.
Oh, sweet, perfect. He's gonna cut in from that like area that sort of faded. He's sort of looking at him.
Now that he's no longer having his back turned to you, the blade comes out. Zhink. Give us a defense roll.
Immediately.
Dead iron, I believe. Yes, you have 2 checked. Good. If I get to 17 with the cutlass, and dead iron is going to get struck. Give us damage. Dad, you are struck for 15 points of damage to your left arm.
We'll take an A hit.
All right, so half that damage puts it down to 8. So you take 8 damage instead.
As he makes that slice, he's going to pull it up, and as he does, he puts the sword over his shoulder like Cutlass did before.
Yep.
And as he does, he's just gonna fall back a bit. And as he goes falling back, the sword goes underneath the robot, and he's just gonna pull up, so he's still staring that direction.
Go ahead and give us the attack roll on the sill behind you.
He does not want to look away from this guy anymore.
The opponent gets a 14 to avoid your attack. And you strike.
Nope.
Give us damage. Max
Once
again,
Max.
15. A huge shear. You see an arm just like fling off of this thing.
And I think that's his whole thing.
Yep, that was his whole turn, I believe. The creature behind you now staggers forward. You feel the blades coming out at you. Whoosh, whoosh. 2 strikes coming at your backside. The first one with a 15 to hit. $16
to defend.
You are able to move aside from the first one. The second strike comes at you with a 23. You're going to get
With
struck.
a 19.
Yeah. Unless you want to ace or something or try again, you are about to get hit by that one.
I'll use one.
Okay. Critical
I'll
failure.
get one.
Critical failure. Leifei.
We take those.
Yeah, all right. Your choice. Something that's going to be detrimental to you, or something that will be a bit detrimental to everyone around. I'm just going to give you that option.
I'm a generous person.
You're going to share the wealth with everyone. So, Leifei, you do gain an ace, by the way, from Annika. So if you do want to use it, I'll allow it. But if not, this thing's about to explode on purpose.
Oh, if people need me to do that, I can of course.
2. So you're still going to get hit, but it's no longer going to blow up and injure everybody.
So as it's about to explode, he just hears tick, tick, and just moves his finger back and pokes a button.
Boop, and then it doesn't explode. So you get struck in the chest for 9 points of damage.
Certainly.
And that was your turn. The others in the hallway. One moves forward and strike. Oh, that one already did. Never mind. The ones that are behind Clarion move up. And cannon shot, 2 cannon shots, 3 cannon shots come out at Clarion. So give us 3 quick rolls there. 1, 2, 3. Unless you have something you want to do in particular. You have to avoid...
I had my turn, right? So I can...
Yes, you did have your turn. You are getting struck by the... No, the first one only got a 2, got an 8, so you succeeded on that one. The second one, you're going to get hit on, and the third one, you are going to get hit on. So you're getting struck twice. Bang! Bang! So you're struck in the left arm and the right
I would
leg.
like to re-roll one of those.
Okay, go for it. Which one do you want to re... Well, I guess it doesn't.
The third one.
Third one?
Nope.
Same roll. So your left arm is going to take 6 damage, and your right leg is going to take 7.
Okay.
Bang, bang. Ouch.
And that just folds into my core HP.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you want to take a wound on purpose, or if you have armor, you can try to reduce that with an A hit, if you wanted to.
I can't read what it says below A hits. 50% damage while something 0?
Oh, well, it's not at 0. So if you use
Oh,
that,
okay.
it'll take away 50% of the damage of either one of the hits. So every A hit reduces the damage by 50%, but when your armor is gone, you no longer get the defense bonus that it provides you.
We'll take 1 hit to armor.
Okay, I'm assuming on the larger of the 2 numbers.
Yeah.
All right, so that reduces the damage by 4 for you overall.
Okay, so instead of 13, it'll be 9.
Yeah. There you are. So at this point, things are not looking great, not looking hot. And Deadiron, you are back in the driver's seat here, and there is healing that has just gone to Clarion and Lepe.
Ty, I have an ability that says I have to ask permission. Can I ruin everyone's day?
Let's see.
Literally everyone. Pat, all of them.
Just ruin everyone's day.
Everyone's going to be so mad. It's the second from the bottom.
Yes, you can use that. At this point.
Red Iron, without even looking, extends an arm outward towards the sill that Leifei has almost killed, and just sort of mutters, "We're all the same anyway," and then curls it into a fist. The thing just dies, and then like hundreds of little black bees just like fly into Red Iron, and he begins to reconstitute.
Go ahead and give me your 2d12 healing and gain that overload reduction that you just had from cannibalizing one of the...
Oh no, I just rolled a 22.
22 health back.
I told you it was going to ruin your day. Right? No, it's more than that. Oh god.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a lot of hit points.
I think the healing is actually on... No, it's not on there right now. I should have put it on there.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that doesn't even cost an action.
There, I put the die on there for next time if you want to use it from the ability sheet. Does not cost an action, no.
All right, let's look up.
So did Leifei get the 6 points and Clarion got 9?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Red Iron.
Hold.
So then Red Iron, the fourth and fifth arm actually release from Amos, drop down to the ground and lift Red up, like Dr. Octavius style. And then Red slams his mechanical arms together. They fuse and he opens them up to reveal what is a full gun barrel between the two of them, which is creating a gigantic flaming vortex pointed directly at Amos's head. Doesn't go off until...
Amos, as you're sitting there, there's a pink as a dagger lands on the ground next to you, Nohu's blade glittering with chaotic energy. Yes, your cannon will activate at the end of the round, and you will choose where you fire it at that point. So, we move from there to Donnie. And Donnie, of course, just says,
Out of the way! We've got things to do!
And swings in, trying to strike this offending individual in front of them. 17 to a 16 and hits. Donnie strikes this thing. Not as much damage as usual. 13. Right in the leg. It just snaps off a leg. It is severely injured, but not quite dead. And then he stumbles forward a couple of steps and then tries to slam his shield into it. As he is battle scarred, he can swing with one item in either hand every round, if he's within range. The opponent tries to defend. He's able to defend, though. Blocks it. And then you see the creature that is standing there before him just go
Eradication protocol activated.
And you see it begin glowing red. Gets ready to go
Don't
up
like
in
the
a
sound of that.
rather large explosion here in a second. Yeah, Donnie looks over you and goes,
What does that mean?
Nothing good.
and
Kill
it is
it
now
before it kills us.
B, it
That's
is
what
your
that means.
turn. This thing's about to explode. Red's about to evaporate people. I mean, this is going so well right now.
So I have a question. I had intended for B to open the door and walk through because she needed to get to Amos right away. Can she take Donnie with her?
Using chaos, you can attempt to bring someone with you. Yes.
Then we are going to do that.
Give me a magical roll. And get higher than a 5. 24. So what does it look like as you open a door to the planar or to the eternal realm and drag Donnie through it real quick?
We've got to get to Amos, Donnie, and this one's going to explode. Come on, let's go. And she just reaches up, grabs his hand, and blinks out of existence.
Suddenly they're gone and you're by yourself, Clarion.
Well, I'm screwed.
Shit. B, as you find yourself in this warping location, you see the sill technology here looks stark. It looks rusted, like blood splattered on the wall. It's very out of place. And the Eternals that would normally be here seem to be twisted, warped, tiny, and decayed. Something about the sill literally drains the essence and the life out of them in this realm.
Sep. After
Zep.
we help Amos, we have to help them. All of them.
I am
Thank
not
yes.
certain that we can without removing this place, and it may be beyond us at the moment. We'll need help.
Then we'll burn this place to the ground.
You must get us to the gemstone. You must do that first. We may be able to hold them off somewhat. It's a bit painful here.
And after we get the gemstone, you'll help me save Amos
Of course.
and Clarion
Of course.
and Leifei
Certainly.
and Donnie.
Who's Donnie? Oh, that guy.
Him.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you
And-
say, kid.
Red Iron.
And Roly.
And Rolly. That's a lot of people to care. I mean, yeah, we'll have the strength. It'll be great. It'll work.
Okay, let's get the stone then.
All right. I think it's east of us.
Go quickly.
So Zep begins to start pushing you towards the east while you've got Donnie in hand. You end up letting go of him and he just starts wandering like, where am I? What's up with my voice?
Come on, Donnie. Keep up.
Oh, yeah. All right, so go ahead and give us a move. In this area that you're at, you can move twice as far as usual. So just tell me where you wish to go to. For you temporarily, I will turn off this. Doop.
Ooh. So east is to my right.
Yes. So on the map, if you see the glowing circle orb thing way down in the bottom right, you can see where that is in this place.
Ah, excellent.
All right. You begin rushing in that direction as quickly as you can, and then at the end of your round, you pop back into existence. Everybody gains aces from KM Steer once more. Donnie rushes with you and appears in front of this thing, and on their turn, it will be time to go. So until then, we go back into being unable to see everything mode. Choop, as you are back to normal. The creature right behind Donnie turns and tries to attack. Springs in a blade. And Donnie tries to protect you and him with his shield. Shield block comes up. Ah, and he gets hit. Donnie is struck in the right leg. No, right arm, excuse me. For 11 points.
Oof. You know what? Cal hits harder than that.
And that was Donnie's turn defending you. The one at the other end of the hallway starts moving forward, and cannons go off. 2 shots coming at you. B, give us a defense roll. You get a 21. The opponent critically failed. You can have one of two choices. You can either redirect this shot, or you can absorb it and gain strength on your next attack.
Absolutely, let's absorb that.
So it blasts into you, and you just... It stings a little bit around your chest, but you feel that energy kind of boiling and bouncing. You can see, like, light behind your eyes. And that is your action. Amos, we're back to you. You have your leg bracelet is going to be starting to come back pretty soon. And, yeah, you got a knife on the floor next to you that is very much no-whos and is glittering with chaos magic.
I'm going to activate the armor.
All right, give us your phrase.
I am Amos, and I am TT.
Where's the pose? And the armor is back on.
I activate my ability Will Broken.
Okay.
I grab the knife and I am going to plunge it as deep as I can into Red Iron's central power unit.
Slams that knife down. See if you can hit him. So go ahead and give us an attack roll with the knife. I'll put it on your sheet real quick. Know whose knife. 1, 2. There you are. And go ahead and give us that roll. And if you would, give us a defense roll, Mr. Deadiron. Red does not get out of the way. Amos slams that knife down to the hilt, and we are now going to see what chaos effect occurs after you do a damage roll. So give us a damage roll.
Do I have anything special since Will Broken?
Will Broken already was impacted by your benefits.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. You do 7 points of damage that is not able to be blocked by armor. It is armor penetrating. So you just take 7 damage straight, Deadiron. And now we're rolling on the Chaotic Aether table. Let's hope not for empowering him or making him bigger or stronger or more dangerous. That would be
that's
bad.
definitely
right now.
gonna happen.
Big iron.
That's definitely gonna happen.
Giga Iron.
Fleshy iron.
Fleshy Iron. Here we go. Just focused on Red Iron. The air within the distance. No, we are not. We're not doing it again. That's the third time.
Do you want me to re-roll it?
Mm-hmm. It is not interesting enough to re-roll the same thing over and over again, in my opinion. As GM,
Yes.
I'm overruling that. The ability becomes a spray of staining rainbow colors to reduce all stealth-related rolls. So you're just going to make him multicolored. He's no longer red iron. He is rainbow-hued iron.
Gloriously incandescent.
And now everybody
Hey,
that
iron.
attacks red is at -1 to rolls. Technically, you made him stronger.
Can I
Unless
ace
you want
it?
to ace that roll, you can ace any roll that you make. So if you'd like to ace the chaos roll, you can do that.
Ugh.
Here we go again. Another chance. The target becomes a penguin for 24 hours.
Yeah!
Their hit points are doubled, but they're at -4 to all non-magical rolls, including damage done. All equipment, armor, etc. shrinks to fit the penguin form as Red Iron goes and starts sinking into penguin size.
There is something I need to do now.
Is Is my penguin cannon still charging?
Yes, that will still go off. But you're at -4 to all damage and all regular rolls now.
-4 to damage on this is not terribly significant.
All right,
Okay.
Amos, that was your turn at the moment. What do you wish to do?
I want to stick the penguin inside of the incubator so that when the thing goes off, it goes off on the penguin.
One problem with that. It took one of your actions to put the armor on and then another to attack. You are actually out of actions right now.
Shit!
Roland, you're up. Suddenly, the creature next to you that was this massive imposing force is warped and mangled into a small mechanical penguin that still seems to be radiating light and power. It does still have a couple of extra arms, though, that are on the ground nearby.
Roland, stick him in the incubator. It's gonna blow.
Roland thinks for a moment. Hold on. Does Roland recognize that there could be a greater threat?
A greater threat where?
I don't know. Does he...
Give me an aware roll. Or a magical roll. I'll leave it up to you, which one you wish to choose.
Let's do magical. Can I throw a little something on this? A little bit of chaos on top of this?
Certainly. You could try to extend your senses further.
Cool. We're doing it.
That's a
Jesus
chaos
Christ. I
roll.
still got one. I got one ace. I got ace.
All right.
God. Make like a really cool character. You can't roll for
That is
beans!
a 5. Unfortunately, it looks like you are now rolling chaos, focusing on yourself. Again.
All right.
This is 2 of your characters now in the throes of chaos. Penguin number 2 coming right up.
Swear to God, I don't want to meet Roland. I really don't.
This Roland is aware you exist.
I don't need this guy knowing who I am.
A torrent of Oh, this one. Okay. You were focusing on yourself to reach out with your senses. Roland, standing there in front of you, looks over, sees the penguin, worries about additional dangers, reaches up into the air, and becomes a multicolored hue of bubbles floating in the air in front of you. Roland, you are now effectively bubbles. If they are popped, you will become dying.
Excuse my language. What the fuck?
Unless you'd like to re-roll some of that in some way.
I mean, I guess I could try to like justify compassion here.
What would
For
be
a
your
re-roll?
justification for compassion on trying to...
I don't want to be Bubbles.
That's not a justification.
Roland has a plan, and he wants to help like Amos, who is like about to die because he's got a cannon in his face, and this is all going horribly wrong. And he just needs to get a grip on this. He just wants to get a grip on the situation and help these people.
Roland, the penguin, the bomb, the
Audience,
incubator.
what do you think? What do you think? Give me a 1 for a yes, he's being compassionate, or a 2 for no, screw you, Benjamin. I'm gonna give it to the first few votes here. We got 1 from Annika, of course, Annika. Is that the only one we're getting? Because if that's the only one we're getting, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and... There's a 2 from Sanctum Cosplays with a heart attached to it.
Steven also
1
gave us a 1.
from Rutrin, 1 from Eldemia Devil. It looks like you have got the first to 3, so you can re-roll.
Okay. I don't want to meet Roland.
All right. The target has any suppressed memory they have ever had in their history come flooding back into their mind, stunning them for 1 round and leaving them with distractions for the rest of the scene. Is there a fact in your character's history you can think of that would be a repressed memory for you, Roland?
Something concerning at least one of his parents.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
So suddenly the worst memory you have of your parents floods back into your mind from a very young age. Something that solidified the idea that everything happens for a purpose, Roland. Everything happens for a purpose. This behavior I am putting upon you is happening for a reason.
Yeah. Cause Daddy gets around, right? Like he's not.
Yes.
He's a light eternal, but he's not like benevolent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Roland's dad was quite manipulative.
So you have been stunned in the moment when you realize a visage of your father in the past, controlling you, manipulating you, and pulling you into his own goals.
Roland just kind of mutters to himself, like, "Wait a second, that was bull."
Oh no! We have had the dreaded Benjamin fall off occur right at the end of the hour here. So we will continue on from there for the moment to Clarion. Now completely surrounded by a whole bunch of these things. Out here by yourself. Not. What are you doing, Clarion?
Clarion would like to step directly into the intersection,
Okay.
and arcs of energy from her core start sparking beneath her outer shell. And I would like to charge up my Aether Infuser so that it's a 360-degree burst.
Okay. So you're gonna tap some chaos as well and try firing that down every single corridor at once.
Yep.
The more you do, the more risk you have, but the more damage you would do. So one application, I will give you enough range to hit all of these individuals, but you will have less damage. You'll be 1 die less. However, 2 applications will hit everybody at full force and possibly more, and 3 applications will up to double your damage in the distance.
Let's do 2.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a brains roll as you attempt to overload yourself, and get higher than a 10 to avoid a chaos effect centered on you. That is a 19. 1, 2, 3 enemies try to get out of the way. One of them is able to succeed. I'm going to say this one farther down the hallway backs out as you finally snap. Oh, no, it can't. That one's the one you have frozen to the ground and is unable to move. So you are able to hit them all. Go ahead and give us your blast with your chest cannon there, and they're all going to take damage. That is 8 points of infuser damage to everybody.
I would like to ace that.
Okay, go right ahead. And Clarion has gotten an overload reduction from Annika. Much better. 12 points of damage this time. You're actually able to destroy the one that was frozen to the ground. And the ones behind you are damaged. The one that came out from the side is also wounded, but they're not dead. So you did a good amount of damage to them, but they're a little less than half health. And you still have some movement left. Would you like to do something else?
Run down the hallway, please.
All right. So you begin sprinting down the hallway as fast as you can, with them in tow, coming up on your heels. And as you sprint, strange, there's a WAP that has just appeared next to you in the wall. A weird alien portal. Overshot created a WAP near you to help you escape as well. Suddenly you see in the wall next to you a different place that didn't exist there a moment before. It's lit. You can see friends in it.
Which friends?
Your friends. They're standing there talking to a penguin.
Step through.
All right. So Clarion steps through a hole in the wall and appears inside the room with everybody.
Amos instantly points a gun at Clarion. Who are you?
Clarion says an agreed upon phrase that identifies her because she knows Amos is paranoid and would have arranged this beforehand.
And so does the toaster. Nice to see you. Shove the penguin inside of the furnace.
Shove the penguin inside of the furnace. Leifei, your turn. You got Pengiron over here.
The penguin's got a gun!
Yep. Oh, no, that was the end of the round. The penguin's gun goes off. Where were you aiming this weapon there, Deadiron?
Deadiron by making penguin form or making sounds.
You're echoing again, and it's throwing me way off.
I'm sorry. Okay. Try that. Check.
There you go. Perfect.
Why is it doing that? So weird. Anyway, Red Iron, who is in penguin form, makes penguin sounds, but does project out to everyone. This shallow form is limiting. And then his gigantic penguin gun fires directly at Amos's face.
So this fires in a line that travels in this direction. It's going to blast the canister and Amos and the wall and all of that. So go ahead and give us an attack roll. Amos, you're at point blank range. Give us a defense roll as you try to get out of the way.
Sorry, I'm still rejoining.
It's all good. So Amos gets a 17 to avoid you. I can't hear you if you're talking, Jackal.
Can I make that a plus? Can I make that 19 with the +1s I accrued?
Yes, so that puts it up to a 19. You gotta avoid a 19. Red is going to try to murder you by rolling higher than a 19. So you roll it directly from the Ender Cannon roll spot. There's a +1 from Glitz, +1 from Campsteer, and Deadiron gets a 17 and is going to miss.
Ace.
Ace, it is.
Oh, got one.
Here it goes again. 24. Amos is about to get blasted. I would say somebody else could try to jump in and assist in some way, but Roland is stunned. Leife is the only one that's close enough to maybe help in some way. Leife, is there anything you can do to assist Amos before he gets blasted with this?
Yeesh.
Kunai to the knee,
I can do that.
and then just have Amos get clipped.
He's going to grab one of these arms. They're just like big and like overbearing on top of this penguin, and just like shove it over.
Just try to tip him over.
Yeah.
Give me an agile roll real quick, and Pengiron, give me an agile roll and see what happens. Those +1s are for the next roll, audience. It has gone on too long. Leife is able to tip Deadiron, and the beam just casually grazes Amos. Go ahead and roll for damage for us, and Amos will take half. 22 points of damage, half to 11. Just beam clips you very lightly.
-4.
-4 damage, yes, because of the penguin. So that'd be -4 off the initial. That would put it at 18, so 9 points of damage to Amos, right across the chest. And 2 heals come out. Amos suddenly is healed for 10 health. You come out of that with a net +1.
It cauterizes your previous wounds.
Oh, thank you for cauterizing my previous wounds.
I feel like know who designed this feature. I'm going to kick them out of a window later. That Amos thinks to himself.
So that is that round. We continue on from there. Now it is Leife's turn. Leife, Pengiron is on the ground before you.
I'm all.
I am the undoing of men. You will respect me. I am the dawn of the machines.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I all I could hear is.
All right. With that, I think that the tides have started to turn for the Sparrows here now from where they were at before. Yes. That is a 27, nat 20 roll to strike. Leife, I'm going to give you a choice. You can cause a damaging blow that will sever the arms off of Deadiron. So it'll strike him and the arms at the same time, and they'll no longer be connected to him and will have to operate on their own. Or you can channel the essence that is the previous wielder of the blade to do ×4 damage to Red Iron. Cutlass's energy. You can feel the emanations around you as suddenly you see the captain there looking at you over the shoulder. As he turns to you, you can just hear his words.
You got this. I believe in you.
Oh my god, this is my anime moment.
It's his Force Ghost.
And the Cutlass does 40 points of damage to Red Iron.
Can I A hit that?
You cannot. This is an armor-piercing strike.
Oh god!
Slashing through. Leifei, you have one attack left.
I'll take it.
Go ahead and give us another attack roll. 17. Give us a defense roll, Dead Iron. And you're going to be struck again. The captain's voice echoing beside you.
Leifei, I knew you would make a great captain. I believe in you.
12 damage times 4 comes to 48. As the blade swings through once more, shing, the penguin is sliced in half.
We could have been.
And Red goes blank. Clinking to the floor, the two arms drop motionless to the side. The steel thread is not entirely through, but you do happen to have a moment's peace from this individual. As you stand there staring at the blade, you see the captain's face kind of reflected in the light of it for you. You see him just give you a thumbs up before fading away. I mean, that's Cutlass after all. So as you're standing there, Red is gone. Roland, your head snaps back. You seem to be all right in the moment. And we see Donnie and we see Beatrix running across the tunnels as fast as they can. Enemies on their heels. B, as you run, the weight of the letter in your pocket starts pulling at your attention. Donnie slams the enemies around you, and you see the gemstone approaching you very quickly. Donnie rushes forward and gets out another swing of his mighty hammer. Striking the opponent in the chest. Bang! Shattering this thing into the water nearby and clearing the way for you.
Is this the thing you were looking for? I think we're here.
This is it, definitely. Zep, go grab it. And
Yes.
while Zep is doing that, B will take a look at the letter.
You've done
You've done so well. DIF. So much. So much. You have no idea what this means.
You see Zep like floating over towards it, looking at it almost like a little too intensely, overjoyed to see another one of these gemstones nearby. And you look down and you see the letter in your pocket, uncrumpled. And I'll show that for you real quick. You get a note. And upon this note, I shall provide you what it says. Here in just a moment. Where
Okay,
did it
so
go?
For real, I read the first line. I thought it said Dear Ben, and this was a letter from Dead Iron to Ben.
From what to what?
From Dead Iron to Ben.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Dear B, I'm glad our paths have crossed. I know how hard it is to always have voices in your head making you question every decision you make. Sometimes it is hard to find your own voice in the cacophony, but your voice, your mind, your heart knows what is right for you. People underestimate you because you're small, because you're young, and because you're kind. This is not a disadvantage. Use it. Never.
Damn it, my phone does this thing where it just turns off when it's not supposed to. I'll be right back.
Do, 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 do.
We just gotta give it a second to get back in place. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna read it from where it was at because restarting the whole thing, that happened to me before. Tried to fit.
Put your
Anyways,
wife in here.
so never ignore your own wisdom or bow to what others think you should do or who others think you should be. Make friends with the voices, but never let them forget who is in charge. You be you be. Remember the wisdom of the ancient writings. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, you got a friend in me. With great love and respect, Nova McCree. As you're sitting there, B, and you stare over, in a split moment, you realize that Zep is doing this out of selfish motivation for the first time. He wants power and does not care about your friends.
Zep, stop.
What? Why?
Because this is all for you. And I just realized it.
Don't
I
be
may be
foolish,
small.
child. I need this strength.
No. No. I need my friends.
I am your friend.
Are you, Zep?
You
Would
see
a
him
friend?
turn back towards the gemstone. Do you attempt to stop him?
Yes. She'll grab a hold of the non-existent chains that bind them.
Roll
And-
magical for the first time in direct opposition to Zep since you tried not to have your mind taken over on board the ship. You get a 17 plus 4 for the note you just read and the support you gained from your friend. Your chain solidifies in your hand and you tug Zep away. He looks over at you.
What are you doing? Why?
I'm taking charge, Zep.
You will regret this. You are not allowed. I am the master here, not you.
Not anymore. Now you listen to me. We're going to save my friends. We're going to get them out of here in one piece. And maybe, if Leifei says yes, you can touch that stone. But it's his. It's his by birthright. And that's far more important than your power.
I dare say you will live to regret this.
As you tug him back, you see Donnie kind of turn to you and go,
You alright, kid?
Yeah, I think I'm better than I've been in a long time, Donnie.
So I gotta hold off these robots forever, or are you gonna grab that thing?
I'll grab it now. Zep, stay.
As Zep is forced into his place, we see Bee move over, grab a hold of this stone. And as she does so, there's a shattering explosion in the distance, and suddenly the roof begins shaking as stones begin falling from above.
Donnie, let's find everyone and get out of here. Now.
You got it, kid.
You see him scoop you up in his arm and proceed to start sprinting back towards the others. As the ceiling starts caving in and we see everybody re-meet inside of the room filled with now pretty much being eradicated Syl. I'm not even going to say the last two that are already seriously injured are going to be a threat to any of you in here. You see B rush in holding one of the Ioun stones.
Leifei, what happened in here? Doesn't matter. This is for you. And if Zep wants to touch it, he has to ask.
He moves the hand out to take it.
As you grab a hold of the stone, you feel its warmth and power radiating. It has not been drained, it has not been removed, and you feel a warm, lifelike essence rushing up through it. Leifei, once per episode, you can grant a major heal to people using this stone. If you would like to, you can choose to do that now.
Who's the most hurt? Who's the most hurt?
Either Clarion or Amos.
I'm fine.
Clarion can't be healed by magic because she's a robot.
Yeah. As soon as we leave combat, I'm gonna enter a death state. So.
Lizard
Yeah,
Dad.
I'm gonna grab a hold of it, and as he grabs the stone, they sort of like are in locked hands for a moment. Are you finally taking charge?
Yeah, I got it.
How does it feel?
Weird. Really weird, Leifei. But in a good way.
We see the stones rumbling and crumbling down around you inside the facility as everybody else has to turn and start sprinting their way out. As you make your way out the way you came, all of you rush into the light of day, the building collapsing. In the sky, there's some sort of massive entropic cloud. You can see the Admiral's ship flying overhead, firing at things as it goes. And as you turn to look back to the to the Archimedes, it too is flying into the distance away from you at the moment.
Grandfather!
¿Por qué?
As you stand there wondering what to do next, you see off to the side another ship and another captain. As walking towards you, you see Jamie Hain of the Onless. You all look like you are looking like you're in need of another trip at this point. So what's
I'm gonna fire.
You're gonna fire at him?
I'm gonna fire a warning shot at them because at this point, Amos is done. Pardon my language, messing around. They're gonna rack the chamber and they're gonna go. So here's exactly how it's gonna work. We're gonna pay you to take us exactly where we need to go, and if I see any funny business, I'm going to murder you and your entire crew. Is that understood?
Understood. I have no problem with you or yours. I just wanted to make sure you were taken care of. You see, we were seeking out that sill technology, like we said before, and it proved to be a little bit too much of a problem, so we had to have it disposed of. But I couldn't help but notice your ship was damaged, and I think there are sill on it. So, if you'd like a ride, we'll chase down your ship, and we'll see if we can get it back for you.
Oh,
Yes.
you're so kind, Captain
I'm
Leifei.
entirely not surprised.
Brother Amos, I fail to see why you're acting so sarcastic. This man is clearly just acting in good faith.
They tried to kidnap me once, Roland.
They
That's why I
didn't.
met
His
Seth.
crew did, not him.
I said they.
Yes. Roland, give me a magical roll.
Well, that seems a mite rude, ma'am.
I distinctly remember eating 2 of their guards.
Man,
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
I
Wait,
designed this character with just jacked stats, and I can't roll over 10 in my freaking life.
Leifei, I will give you one option. Oh, there's an ace to Rolly from Annika. You can try once more.
Thanks, Annika, if only just to spare me the shame.
10. 10's not... It's some information. The amount of energy that is emanating off of this individual in front of you is astounding, and you've never stood before something like it before. Specifically, his left arm is radiating a wellspring of energy. The path seems to emanate from it.
Are you doing okay, sir?
Of course.
He's doing that. Roland's doing that thing where like you like someone's got like a mole on their face and you can't look away from it, but he's looking at his arm. He keeps like forcing himself to look away from it, but he can't.
And at that point, you see the captain of the Onless turn and escort you all on board of the ship. He keeps his arms up. His crewmates stand off to the side and try to assist you as best they can. And we see the Sparrows lighting up on another ship for another adventure next time. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have enjoyed tonight's episode. This has been a crazy event. And technically, we have only a couple of short episodes left to deal with one last undealt with situation. And that is, the Archimedes now has Sylvia on it. And you must try to get that back and deal with her.
no, the Archimedes has been alive the whole time. And this, the big twist is that Red Iron was right, and it has a will of its own.
So, with that, we are going to go around the table. We're going to say our farewells and say what we enjoyed about tonight. I think that was a good episode. I have to say that. So, we'll start at random, like we usually do. And this place, we are starting with... Looks like, Jackal, you're up first tonight.
Hey folks, I play Amos Descendi, the literal cannot be killed, Lesren too angry to die bulwark Amos Nocendi. They just got gutted. Back to you, Ty.
Just got it. That's all there was to it. Oh, poor individual. So we move on from there to Nora. You're up next.
I missed the prompt.
What you enjoyed about tonight's episode?
Oh, just about everything. All of you lovely people. I'm Nora, by the way. I play Clarion Bell, and on Misguided Souls, on our off weeks, I play Avery, the most anxious bean. And over on Cornfields and Kobolds, you can find me playing Coilin a Fire Tree, a bard who sings nobles into shaming themselves into giving money. And my favorite part, I think my favorite part was all of the audience being there for us, and especially, you know, like the thing showing up. By the way, I don't know if you saw this, Ty, but Rob did redeem Carrot showing up to help.
I did see that and then forgot about it promptly. I apologize, Rob. Carrot's showing up to help was temporarily removed because, you know, Carrot wasn't there at the time. Was on board the ship that has been stolen. Carrot and Scarborough are on the Archimedes right now and being held hostage.
All right. Well, I just gotta say, chat was there for us, and just the WAP and the knife and just all of the know-who, really. Even though he wasn't here, he was still with us in spirit.
Oh, he's still.
Once a sparrow, always a sparrow.
Well, from there we'll move right along to Kai and Leifei, man of the hour, captain de jour.
Man of the hour. All right.
I don't know.
I felt pretty fucking sick. Hurting Dead Iron a lot. Didn't have a good one-liner at the moment for some reason, but that's okay. That's okay, because I think the cooler scene was of the night was definitely Dead Iron doing the double touch on Amos, and then Amos seeing like the most horrifying thing I have ever heard. Just letters in the mailbox, quiet place, everything's closed. Oh man, I had to stop thinking about that and think about something else for a while.
Oof.
Yeah, there is a lot to unpack there, and even more that Amos has to explain to everyone, which they haven't, which they have tried desperately not to.
All right. From there we move on to Benjamin. You're up.
Hey everybody, I'm Benjamin. You can find me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. I talked about that at the beginning. Check back January. I play Dead Iron / Roland / myself on this season of Sparrows. My favorite part. Okay, I really liked. God, everyone is so freaking mean to Amos. But I just really liked Dead Iron just taking it out on Amos. And I want you all to know that, like, I was up in Jackal's DMs, like, hey, can I, like, if I do one more, is that cool? Like,
just wanna make sure that you're all right with me murdering you.
Yeah, can I get meaner? Can I get meaner? Can I get meaner? Like, so that was, it was good. No, that was a lot of catharsis, I feel like, for everyone. Very important. And then Dead Iron turned into a penguin and died with indignity. Unbefitting such a noble character.
It was the second wash act, I think, is what just happened.
You could say he was cut down to size.
Oh.
Oof. Oh.
I wonder if he was like a
There's your
robot
one-liner.
penguin.
Also, my least favorite part was Rob B rolling when the Reverend punched Iron and he was like, "Stop hitting yourself." That was the nadir of my experience on Sparrows.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
I'm kidding, Rob. Love you.
All right, and moving from there over to Gwen. Go ahead, lady of the hour.
It was a wonderful, terrible, horrible, worst, best episode ever. Yeah, no, this was a great night. Picking a single favorite is almost impossible to do. I'm gonna say I loved all of the flashes that people got of the things that would make them despair, and the fact that honestly every single one of them just bucked that despair and kept going, with the possible exception of Roland.
True. So before we leave, I have to say that I have greatly enjoyed playing with each and every one of you, and have always looked forward to our game nights every single night. And I'm looking forward to ones that happen in the future. This has been our season finale for Sparrows. The greater quest to take out Sylvia, to deal with the threats that are involved there, with getting additional Iron Stones, and finding out the destiny of Leifei, the captain, will remain for next season. And we shall be providing information on when that is going to be coming up in the next month or so. So thank you everybody for watching tonight. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. We will see you next time on the next Sparrows when it occurs. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for continuously watching, for sticking around so long. And Sparrows fly free, y'all. Have a good night. And I just got to remember how to touch the button that, it's a little emotional for me. I'm just going to sit here and just say things until it happens. But bye!
Butts.